fight the power like Big Chuck.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Domain expansion.
Rogue One Production.
Welcome to the abyss. The unstoppable one. I am the illest, no doubt. Sporadic, eternal fire. There is no putting me out. I'm sending fiery rain, destroying cities and towns. The government never changed, so I'm taking them out. The FBI is a bitch. The CIA is a bitch. The NSA is a bitch. I know they watching this shit. We fuck around and get hit. My rebels fully equipped to take the enemy down and ride out in their whip. And counting all of the chips. We about to go on the flight. World leaders get hit. Assassination delight. We fly out through the night like Batman in this bitch. Outlandish with kicks, punches, and damage and shit. I call my gun Michael Knight. That bitch come with a kit. AI robotic weapons. That bitch be talking this shit. Explosive hollows exist and turn your body to mist. The god of fire is here. Now welcome to the abyss. 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 The immovable one. Welcome to my domain. Chopper fade into pieces. Throw away the remains. Rapid fire your chains. Hear you screaming in pain. My pride water your flame. Disintegrate all you lanes. Your fears will never change. So I'm hunting you down. I know you got me surrounded. I'm still taking you out. I'm hacking shit with my phone. Turn out all of the lights. Popping cops as I go. I gotta get through the night. In the heat of the night. I keep the heat with the sight. In your sleep as I snipe. While you sleep with your wife. I'm hopping from roof to roof. Ninja warrior shit. My RPG is equipped. Your helicopter got hit. I cause a solar eclipse and send a fiery storm. Exploding government buildings. Revolution reborn. I am the shit, just admit. This is that warrior mix. The god of fire is here. Welcome to the abyss. 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 Welcome to the abyss.
We'll be bringing you our countdown to the end of days, along with all you
Welcome to the abyss. Welcome to the abyss.
The Bakushi is the master of illusion. And if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality. Bakushi thinks he's won the game, but he didn't count on the pinch hitter.
All is continuous vibration, always in motion. Conductor of energy, assault in the ocean. Serpent is the sine wave, polarities interwoven. A chemical sorcery, elixirs and potions. Resonant frequencies, molecular explosions. Your daily programs is heavy doses of hypnosis. People walk around blind even though their eyes are open. No time for ideological salesmen with biblical notions. That box in your room, televised lies through your vision. It doesn't matter your race, status, or religion. No longer have to beat you when your mind is locked in prison. That food is filled with toxins, it's why you can't think clear. Illusion of choice is your option while keeping all in fear. Load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here. I said load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here.
We ain't in the same place, or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
In the instant, I changed the mission with photosynthesis. Witness the synthesis, ripping endless on instruments. feel the frequency, energy off this Hennessy, synergy, literally goals that take us to infinity. Reading articles, all is horrible, calling audibles, I'm remarkable. I shot a fed at a carnival. Dust and particles, follicles gon' be everywhere. Heavy pair of some pistols, I shot him holding that teddy bear. Fuck the system, let's keep it simple, let's raise the temple. Make them triple while you're going to where they all assemble. Not Avengers, I'm the Avenger, I seek the injure. Kept my temper till I stuck the hidden blade up in her. Fuck the ruler, here's what they doing to you. Poison water in the food is what you put into you. I'm the shooter with new maneuvers. Caught back to Ruger, super trooper. He is gonna need a pooper scooper. The revenge of Montezuma. Rocking my Pumas, uppercut like a Kuma, sending you straight to Luna. Cosmic verses from universes on new excursions, emerging the virgin. I pull back the iron curtain. War leaders are war eaters, born cheaters, war sneakers, rearrange their core features. Born reaper, hurricane, the sword keeper, form ether, burn all of the mold geezers. Up in government, parliament, bitch, I'm tarnishing arguments, ain't no bargaining, throw a bomb in the audience. I'm the guardian, strange you all in the cardigan, rearrange the universe, I am the artisan.
We ain't in the same place or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
As a king, fighting the spirit of Mesa King, vibing to my queen, playing the tambourine, while I'm eating the tangerine. My plasma was replaced with gasoline, got the blood of the Elohim, manifesting through a dream, a shit you never seen. I got the eyes of Medusa, and the hands of Wolverine, astral project with my inner being. We locked in the inner ring, hoping the Anunnaki intervene. While the world is under siege, they got an abyss under the sea, living underneath. Lightning struck me standing under a tree while I was crumbling weed, and an angel swooped down, put me under her wing. Now she shields me from my desires the devil brings. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed.
The Bakushi is the master of illusion. And if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality.
Man, every time I hear it, Sir drops first, he fucking annihilated that shit. He said, I got the eyes of Medusa and the hands of Wolverine. Fuck. People gotta learn to appreciate real lyrics. Who's seen it? I seen the video yesterday. This guy was making fun of MAGA, and he was saying MAGA would do anything they're told, and it was a video of a dog. Had a little dog, like it had it in his jaws, and nobody could get the dog off the little dog. So a guy comes out of nowhere and sticks his finger in the dog's ass. Yo, I shit you not, man. This is on live video. So the dog still didn't let go. So the guy does it again, yo. But this time he jams his whole finger in the dog's ass like 3 times, and it finally let go. Like, the dude was really liking it. Yo. He kept going back. I was like, yo, who taught him that shit? Man, we live in some fucked up times, man. If you see people sticking fingers in the dog's ass, you know we're fucked. What's up, Oji? Dom? I like this screen thing here. I tried to put it for my background, but, you know, StreamYard be fronting. So, anywho, I was looking at the pictures yesterday. Did anyone catch Bro Sanchez live stream yesterday? That shit was Bro Sanchez is gifted at his he's just gifted, man, the way he has presentations. He's very good at it. His debates, he's very good at. He pieces his debates together very well. Just because I didn't agree with a few things he did, I never hated on bro. I've always respected his the knowledge he pitches. I mean, we're pretty much on the same page with knowledge. But yeah, his live stream was fucking dope last night. I was listening to it. But I had showed this picture yesterday. And I couldn't help but see that the 12 different types of trees there with the 12 zodiacs. And who's on top of Mount Meru? Jesus Christ. Why? Because Jesus is the serpent. Right? The first serpent was Satan. Jesus, Satan, same. Statue of Liberty and so on, the light bearers. Which Jesus is the serpent energy that goes up to Spizine. And it's also representing the serpent energy that's at the center. That's what they're showing here at the crossroads. But I love the symbolism and this Masonic picture that I had showed. I had come across this one before, but not this clear with color. It was some shitty ass black and white one. I never really got to glance at it as good as yesterday. But Bro Sanchez touched on a lot of things I've been talking about. Rome, the Crusades, how a lot of people's ancestors already knew they were gods and goddesses until these crusades, man. And in these crusades, not only did they slaughter, rape, pillage, they stole the knowledge.
Salute to my brother Charles. Hey, quick question right here, bro. So this is the inside the garden. So this is supposed to be the garden looks like.
Garden of Eden.
Yeah, and this is the you see this where it looks like a gate, the one at the front by the center. Is that the exit, bro? That's the exit. This is where everybody cast out from.
Allegedly, were they cast out?
Yeah.
Or
so if we are all,
you know, I think you ever see the movies where the kings or whatever, they conquer someone's land and they cast the people out of their own land after they conquer it. That's what kind of this shit reminds me of. They probably conquered Eden and cast the people out. You know, they didn't commit sin to get casted out. They were probably conquered.
So this is where everything flow, milk, honey, all of these things, according to the legend.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I think it's more or less allegorical, but yeah.
I mean, with this type of depiction, I always wonder what they try to perceive. But look, you see the behind Jesus Christ, there is another entity that's behind.
Well, you know
it,
what's
right?
missing? The big tree at the center. Because Jesus is the serpent in the tree, man.
That's now
before Jesus was the serpent. I always said that.
You see, and, you see this entity.
Serpent. Huh?
You see this entity right here behind it with all white with the green. Yeah. Is he stepping? Is he stepping on somehow some kind of a floating device?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how they have a depiction of this kind of device that all of this orb coming out from this type of device.
That's the divine female energy right there. I think she's standing on a crescent moon, more or less. I can't really
Right,
see too much.
right,
Let me
exactly.
see.
It looks
Let me
like a
zoom in.
it looks like a how do you call
Yeah,
that?
she is. She's standing on the crescent moon. Yeah, I zoomed in on it.
Right.
Yeah, it's the crescent moon. And you know how rare it is to see a crescent moon like that? I've probably seen it once in my life where it's completely like that.
Right.
Probably once in my life. It's rare. But I like how they depict this right here. And then the regular picture, let me pull it up so you can see the whole picture. Here it is. And what else did I have? I had this, and this, and this, and this. Let's see if it'll let me pull these up. I seen this picture that I got from, it's supposed to be from 1929. This is the whole picture. And I think what's missing at the center is the tree, man. The big tree.
Do you think that castle behind it? What is that? All of the thing that is flying on the background.
I have no clue. I zoomed in on that, but they're just like
Flags.
angels flying around.
Oh, yeah, angels flying. And they have another a castle on the top of that hill. Looks like a pyramid to the right, right?
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about this stuff, there's no Spanish people, there's no so-called black people, there's no Chinese. It's all fucking white people. Like, what's going on here? It's that white supremacy teaching. That fucking whack shit.
But the crazy part about it is like, is that feminine is the most powerful being in this location. Looks like, right?
Yeah.
The only one that's glowing.
Religion shits on the female. You know, religion shits on the female, and religion replaced the female with the devil, right? The devil is the diva.
You know, I always
originally the female. It was the man, woman, and child's original trinity, and then they replaced it with 3 guys, which is gay as a son of a bitch.
You know why I always when it comes to this, it's like what fascinates me is the person that depicting all of this stuff. Whoever taking a picture, those are the one, the witness I'm talking about. Those are the one I wanted to talk to those witness. If you know what I mean, if we ever,
I want to go to the North Pole. That's what I want to fucking do and start traveling around this realm.
It costs a lot of money. Hey, my brother,
with the Navy.
It costs a lot. It costs a lot of money for the fuel to go. If we have fuel, we could go. We could go. I'll come with you. But the fuel is expensive.
Yeah, my cat used to never like when I would scratch her chest. Now she loves that shit.
So look, watch this though. So they are under somehow some kind of mountain, huh? They living under the mountain or what? You see how those people
where?
Like
what
this
mountain? The mountain at the center that he's standing on?
You're behind it, right? They have a people that's under somehow on that left and on the right, all the way, right?
That's supposed to be this right here at the center. You see the four lands with the mountain at the center? It's the same thing as this.
So
Four
you
lands
so
with the mountain at
so
the center.
so
You
you're
got
telling
12.
me this
Hold
is
on,
a
you got
map?
12 people. You got 12 people going around Jesus. Those are the 12 zodiacs. I don't know what the trees are, but those are 12 different species of trees, which is interesting.
You know what?
And
That's
each
crazy when you
zodiac has a tree. That's
you know
interesting.
you know what's crazy when you open that up and you put it on my mind. This is actually a depiction of the map or how to get to that woman to get that particular enlightenment. But we have to go through all of this, whatever that thing is. You see it? To go in behind that building, to go
Let me
inside
zoom
that.
in. I'm gonna zoom in because I want to see. See, when I zoom in, it's kind of crappy, man. It's like not clear. Yeah, there's people sitting on the building too. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I
Yeah.
wonder if
All
those
of this.
there's
So
5.
you're telling
Wait,
me
wait,
all
wait.
of these are
1,
the
2, 3,
gatekeeper for
4,
you not to
5,
go
6.
on the other side?
Where's the sun and moon? Because you got the 12
I
zodiacs, but
remember the
where's
moon
the
was
sun?
standing on that person. The person is standing at the middle of that.
That's Jesus, though. That's the serpent.
No, 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 no. The one with the green at the back. You remember he's standing on that moon?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, you're right. The crescent moon. So and she's a female too.
Right.
Interesting. Now where's the sun? Now we could say Jesus would represent the sun, but that's not the case here. Or maybe because people do say the sun originally is from the center. If you got the black sun, which I think the black sun, I can't prove that it exists, but I could speculate on it, which aligns with polarity.
So you know what's crazy part about it is like that. They have the on the top that looks like a Freemasonry logo by the crown all the way to the top. You see it? That shield that
Yeah.
they got on the top.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the Mason sign. Yeah, for sure. The W. It looks like a WM. That looks like the tattoo I got on my arm. That's bugged out. They stole my sign, yo, motherfuckers. I swear.
Or that could be the depiction of the beetle. You know how they have that beetle all the time. Those
The
they have
dung
those.
beetle.
Yeah, those black or sometimes you can see gold.
But that's the crown. That's the throne of God. That's your third eye too. This could be also the brain too. Like there's so much stuff you could align with these symbols, man. Is my voice low? Somebody was calling my fizzone. We're gonna get more snow today and rain. It fucking sucks. But makes me wonder, man. Like, I anyone heard about that Asian young man who flew his plane into Antarctica and the military took him? They wouldn't let him go. Well, that's what I want to do. I don't care, y'all. I'm sick and tired of these people think they could just tell me what to do. Who the fuck these people think they are, y'all? I'd rather die trying to live free than live on my
my brother.
knees.
But I feel like right here,
And
the
bow
system
to
in
scumbags.
the system in United States, there is nothing no more, right? We all abide by the system. I mean, there is nothing to it no more up here. The only thing that you're gonna do is if you're living off grid. The moment we use all of this technology, all of this phone, all of the you, we in.
Come
There
up,
is
Yahweh.
nobody that say that they're not in the system, and we in. All of the people that say that it doesn't matter how much knowledge that they got.
Yo, I can't
They,
unsee this doubt in my head.
but the moment that they use the phone, the moment that they use computer, they still under the system. There is everyone. That's why I cannot think. The only thing that we could do is just play the game. What do you think about it, Charles? We cannot
Hold on.
look. The moment we do all of these things, we still salute to Doom. What's going on, my brother Doom? Good day to you, Doom. Doom is in the backstage, Charles.
Yeah, I'm coming. Hold on. That's Dom. He said Doom. Hold on. I'm just downloading this so I could show it real quick. This picture.
How do you pronounce it? I pronounce it DOM, Doom.
Dom. Oh fuck. Dom. Like Dominic. Like Dominguez.
That's right. That's why I call it Doom. I feel like if right, Doom.
Sound like you were hop jumping rope when you were talking. You're like, but now look at this.
That's right.
Watch. Remember we were talking about this yesterday? About this being the Baphomet head right here. Yo, this is the shit I'm fucking talking about. Yo, StreamYard will not let me upload shit, yo. What the fuck, man? I'm really getting real tired of this shit all the time. I can't even upload one little picture. You keep saying, try again, try again. I'm getting
Maybe
real tired of this shit.
You can delete some of the old that too.
Oh, there's nothing here. Oh, who's in the back? Yahweh. This fucking bullshit, man.
You're like perfect one.
This picture got to be like too stupid, whatever. Please delete some files before uploading more. There's nothing here, yo. There's not even a lot of files. What are these people talking about? StreamYard, we're about to go to war. Oh my fucking god, yo.
Great light.
We're having technical difficulties, guys. Technical difficulty.
It said erase pictures, so I erased 3 of them. God, about time. All right, you see this? Right here? No, tell me that's not here. You see it? Come on, you don't see it? I wish I could overlay it.
Something wrong with my.
That's the Star of David, right, bro?
No, the Star of David's a 6-pointed star. That's 5 points. See? I can't take it out of my head yesterday when I was looking at it. I said, motherfucker.
Mm.
And it's in a circle too.
Which is the house. People build their houses to look like that in the middle. But used to.
And that too. I mean, you can consider us one of that too. They are all devil worship. All of them. The whole entire system is.
But I don't think.
I even had the feeling growing up, Charles, that I was the only one remaining. Everyone else going. If there is such thing as going to hell, bro, Charles, I feel like I was the only one that's remaining. Everyone else go.
Shit.
Everyone else go. Man, like I see everybody until today. I see how everybody. The moment no eyes is looking, when Charles' eyes, when Dominic eyes is not looking, everybody's in trouble. It doesn't matter what they say right here.
Yo, these people upstairs get on my nerves, man. They're always banging. All these fucking losers do. It'd be like 1, 2 in the morning, they're blasting music. But if I went upstairs and body dropped them, I'm in the wrong.
See, I'm talking about. You see those people behind them, bro. That are like, expect. What was I watching? What's happening inside right here? And I feel like when people walk into the gate inside this going in, they are all in trouble. They're getting decapitated on this. Nobody's coming in. It's heavily watched.
What's up, Dom? Dom's on the quiet mode today.
Salute to Dominic.
He's probably meditating. Oh, he dipped out.
It's right here. It's right there, right?
Yep. Dom left.
Right? Can you believe that, Charles? That no one in this world that we could trust the moment the eyes is not looking. Everybody are programmed in a certain way to commit bad things.
No. I don't. I'm slowly finding my inner peace and forgiving myself, and I really don't care to kill people anymore. Like I really ain't as angry as I used to be at wanting to choke out the CEO of J&J. And not today's CEO. I want to find the one that was CEO the years my mom got sick, but I'm letting that shit go.
I mean, we cannot Charles, we cannot put a blame finger like that, right? Because if we do, we all go back to the beginning and Adam and Eve, and we're gonna say we point finger on that group of people. That's why if they depict it, why we rather have a Chinese that was given a chance, but because if it were a Chinese, they rather eat the snake and will be still in paradise than eating them apples.
What's up, Dom?
Can you guys hear me now?
Salute to Dominic.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough. You guys didn't hear me earlier, actually. I was teasing when Bougie was my name, Dominic. You could change a couple letters. Next thing you know, you have demonic.
There we go. Hey, there we go.
So you were showing the Star of David. When people talk about, like in masonry, they talk about squaring the circle. Are you supposed to use 4 90 degrees angles, or are you supposed to use a different denomination?
Again, it's one of those. Yeah. Again, masonry is a prelude to something higher. So, for example, when you guys were talking about the sun, they weren't talking about Jesus. They were talking about the sun. And then the father to the sun is where African tribes, they keep it alive, where they're talking about series. The sun is a 7-day cycle. Series is a 10-day cycle.
So every 10 days it completes a 360?
No, like here on Earth, like how do I explain it? Ceres actually monitors and guides the sun, and the sun guides here what's on Earth. And of course, we have that satellite. We'll call it the moon. And then we play with numbers here. We're gauging things based on those signs up there. So if we went back to the lunar calendar and the solar calendar, we would be more in harmony with nature. But unfortunately, we don't. We follow these other calendars, and they try to tell you September is the 9th month, where that's not the energy. I know we're just playing with words, but it's people that are acutely aware of energy. They wake up in the morning. How do you feel today? Okay, and then they'll gauge their energy.
Energy is your energy.
My brother, are you a Freemason yourself, my brother, or not?
Not in this lifetime. But I've been.
What do you mean?
Well, we've been here many times. We've visited this many times. It's a recycle, rebirth. Yep. People that do the work, and then when they come back, they can pick where they want to be next time.
Wow. But here is the thing that if a person recognize the pattern then to success and wealth, why are not a lot of people doing that then if they have been playing this game for a long time?
We're here to help our fellow beings. We're not here to capitalize on them. The ones that actually capitalize on them, you know who they are. They're networking together. They're trying to have financial gain here on Earth. Where
like the church.
Yeah, like it's like people that want to do like Buddhism.
I just want to say the church took the serpent in the tree, but the church's serpent is the dollar sign. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, let me ask you. Now I want to go ask since that. Do you guys remember when you dropped down here?
Why would that matter to you?
That's what I'm saying. Not a lot of people remember. I do. I could even tell you the story. Not a lot of people. I don't understand how, but I don't. Look, here is what happened to mine. I was in this crystal room, right? And then they make me look. They ask me that not to think about the money. They told me, but they show it to me on this glass room. And when I look, I start falling. It's like
So you're aware of that for yourself.
Aware when I dropped it. I mean, it's a 3 or 4 entity. It was a woman figure that was, you know what I mean? And they show me the rope, which is the, you know what I mean? Every single sign that I have to be aware of and everything. I remember every single time. That's why I ask if a lot of them are aware. But because the moment that you're aware, you could make the success, bro. But as you said, it's not for, but how are we going to be able to push and the understanding if we don't have the success? How are we going to travel? How are we going to go to the place? But because I know that we have social media now like this, but not a lot of people are aware on the drop. I remember mine, but they told me not to think about the money.
Yeah, because we
and that's where the drop. I think when I look into the thing, and it's all in everything is glass. I don't know if it's crystal or but everything is glass.
It can be for you. It is obviously it is.
And I was like, hey, let me tell you, when I dropped, bro, right? I was at the island of the Philippines, and all of the coconut trees, all of the things was knocked down like a thunderstorm that had arrived, and boom. I even I took the one of the how do you call it? It's like a it looks like it from the lightning that struck one of the coconut that went down, and I saw this like it looks like a rock that was down there, and I still have it till today.
That must be important to you, Fuji.
The whole whole entire tree, coconut tree, mango tree, all of them are just demolished. Big typhoon. Man, I totally remember. But as I said, not a lot of people are aware and things. See, this is the thing. But you have to be aware
How
of
would
the
you know?
symbolism, though. But because
Would
the
you?
moment that you recognize symbolism, the symbolism was messaged to the creator for you to recognize.
Can you hear me, Buji?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how would you know if other people are aware or not? Because obviously your energy is about you, which is fine. You want to have that experience. But for some beings, we're not here just to be a service to oneself. We've already done that many times. We're here to assist others. Now, I get it. People can have their comforts. Have your bling bling, have your comforts. Do it a couple of lifespans, you'll realize, okay, that's all I want to do. See, it's the latter end, not the beginning end, where people realize, what was my purpose here? And then once you actually get booted out of that vessel, you can look back and say, okay, was I attached to any of those things? This is where Buddhism comes in. He had to do it many times. And then there's other people where they come back here purposely with awareness to be of service. Now, those other things to obtain for us beings, pretty straightforward. But is that what I want or need to do? Probably not. But I get it. I'm hearing you. You're talking about a lot of things that you've enjoyed doing. Well done. But are you here to be of service to humanity, or are you, it's all about you? That's a question for you. You don't have to answer it to me. You know, I get masonry. That's what it's about. Rosicrucian, skull and bones. If they understood the 11 and 22 and 33 are master numbers, yeah, because you're descended. You're basically what, serving the ascended masters. We're actually here to serve. We're not here to take. Now, when I say we, there's many of us here. Now, if you want to understand about energy, we can talk about energy. If you want to talk about how you harness it, sure, you go right ahead. Now, you're not Filipino. You're not a male. You play parts. But if you want to value those things, all the power to you. That's called anchoring. That's what this realm needs. It needs an anchor, but we're allowed to roam here if we want to.
That's right. That's what I feel like when it's all the way out there, especially on the glass end. I feel like everyone are female down there. I don't know when I drop if I was a male, but the only time that I had the awareness of male when I got here. But as I said, when I was on that stage, everyone are female before I even look out to down to that, and then that's where I started falling.
It can be, but the thing is, that's when you're in that falling process. Now you start thinking that you're a gender or you have feminine or masculine. Yeah, I get it. A free fall. That's right. You land, and then you pop into a form.
That's right.
That's why they have walk-ins and all that. And when they talk
Well,
about,
they teach you to the class like they show you everything first. They give you the visualization, and you have to follow this type of pattern for you to really,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And it's like a class up there that they show you, and the next thing you know, they show you the construct of money, and they tell you not to think about it.
again, a lot
The
of
next thing
people,
you know, you fall.
a lot of folks that masonry have taken in, they had to take them in because masonry, more times than not, most of them aren't really understanding spiritual stuff. So they had to bring in Manly P. Hall, Alice Bailey, and they had to bring in not Alice Bailey, H.P. Blavatsky. They're all students. What these organizations are probably hoping to find are students. But what they end up having is a bunch of people that just want to financially have gains. They have to put that apron around their waist because they actually have to kill that, not kill, but move past that energy, that lower chakra. That's the purpose of the apron, by the way. But again, for most of them, when somebody says to me, I'm a master mason, I'm like, that's nice. That's nice. I'm glad that actually helps you in some way. But are you here to be of service to humanity or the beings that we are? Humanity is one thing. You're trying to help like a tool that's eventually going to expire. But it's the being part. Enjoy it. Play with it. No problem. I've heard you. I enjoy hearing you, Buji, by the way. And as long as you're being here of service, whether to yourself or to others, it will reveal itself. But anyway, back to energy cycles.
Right.
Whether it's a 7-day cycle, and this is where people talk about the 7 chakras, they talk about the spiritual energy and all that kind of stuff in numbers of 7s. And then of course these numbers are gauges. You can use numbers of 3s or numbers of 4s. 4 1s opposed to 3 1s. It's different energies at that point. But again, those are gauges. This is why it's called signs. You know, when people talk about space and time,
Let,
that you're
let, let me
talking.
ask you, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if this is ability for me, right? But when the person, I feel like with the higher frequency and when they abstaining their energy, I'm talking about this sexual energy. Can you feel those people with this type of understanding? I could smell them, bro. Can you believe that I could smell even a woman when they about to have a menstrual cycle?
You probably have a heightened sense. Yeah, no different. Some people play musical instruments and they see colors.
Mm,
That's probably your gift, Bougie. One of them,
mm,
probably many of them. Yeah.
right.
You know, I'm going to
So,
give you the benefit of the doubt because to me to be receptive, you know, what I mean, I'm not here to denounce people because I realize
right.
who am I to judge?
That's right.
It's literally a question of who am I to judge? So at that point, if you're saying that you can smell
The
people's menstrual
higher
cycle,
energy, yeah.
yeah, and you probably know how to harness it. Now, can we use it to manipulate others? Probably, if you choose to.
But you don't want it to though, because I feel like it's against the rule.
But it is. But with rules, people still break them, don't they? You know.
No, no, man. I feel like the moment, because I feel like it's a message,
They break
right?
them, bend them,
Yeah.
create them.
Airbender. Think about airbenders. You know. But are you?
No, no, but because it always return the duality of everything, right? It always return
Is it, or is it a cycle that has many points to it or angles to it?
like
Angler.
you know how when a quiet river you throw a little pebbles and it give the whirlpool of a small wave, and then now next thing you know the whole entire river it's like that. Every thoughts, everything is like that.
I guess the word I would use manipulate.
Mm,
Once it gets into the human form, you know, you've lived. Doesn't You don't have to live long to realize can humans be manipulated or break
yes,
rules? Yes, they would. That's
yes.
just human behavior. But it is a human behavior. That's not who we are. So if a person chooses to use something as a weapon, they're going to use it as a weapon. You know what I mean? There's no right or wrong in that. Again, that's kind of like saying, okay, there's cycles, but yet I'm going to try to play its duality. It just is.
So
Now,
now
go ahead.
um Doom, what do you think? You think some players are playing because if you play your game is for yourself, the prospering part is a little bit slower. It's a little stagnant. But if you play the game to please the creator, to please your God, whatever is your God on your own understanding, the prosperity part is faster the moment that you please this part of the game. What do you think about that, Doom?
Well, if you're going to serve something lowly like a human, therefore, then you can actually say, I'm going to serve a higher entity called God.
Uh,
But if people are manipulating humans, then we're going to change and say, listen, I'm going to pick and choose. It's like demons and angels. They're here to serve. Now,
look, look, for example, right? Since we are talking about this, if the middle part is depicted as the highest, the higher being, and which is Jesus Christ, and there is a person behind it that is walking towards them, and all of this thing was being moved in the board. Who's being manipulated down here?
the waters have been manipulated. Nature's been manipulated. We manipulate animals. So I'm just using the word manipulate,
Right.
but we're not the creators of those things, at least not in the human form.
But look at this picture though, right? I'm gonna be truthful to you. Each form, each entity, each it could be right here. You see the one in the thing, the one with the yellow at the front, the brown
Mhm.
one. All of them, if you think about it, carrying the different type of trees. So don't you think if another being eat on the different type of tree, the knowledge that they were getting is out of place or out of bounds, and the understanding will be witty. Like, do you see the playing checking boards around it?
Well, it has to be in threes because you're in a three-dimensional form,
Right?
emotional,
You
mental,
see
and
it
spiritual.
though. Everybody have its own tree. This gentleman carrying the tree. One gentleman carrying its tree. One is on under the tree.
Oh, under the tree you're talking about?
Yeah, but look, Jesus are the only one, right? That look. I don't even know what type of depiction really right here on this picture, right? Look, but because if Jesus at the middle and the tree was made across already, So they're telling that your journey is like a tree, and by the end of the day, you're gonna end up to be in a cross.
I guess the question would be, Buju, what does the word Jesus mean to you? Is he a savior of some type for you?
No.
Okay, no, that's what I'm asking.
No. See, here is the thing that, but because when this type of depiction, especially when it comes to thing, I feel like now, since you said it, it's somehow energy manipulation, bro.
Well, the fact that we have to.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, the fact that we have to use our senses to look at this picture, there's the manipulation. The fact that we're using language to describe it, there's another form of manipulation.
That's right.
And if it was truly about energy, we would be going beyond our senses, and we probably would be in silent at that point.
That's what I think. On the other end of the playing field, right? On the other side of this reality is pure energy. That you know what I mean. You will.
Well, again, we still have to drag in the word reality. Reality just means the objective realm. Once you're beyond reality, it's not reality anymore. It's like life and death. Once you're in the death process, you're not in life. But once you come back, you're back into life. So it's a cycle. So when you're here, using through the eye of the beholders, or Plato's cave terminology, you're looking through those eyes, you're seeing, but you're actually picking up everything up with the eye. And then you're relaying all this information. I'm like, okay, so my senses are easily manipulated. So what am I seeing now? What am I hearing? This is why when I tell people, I said, so who are you talking about when you say Jesus? Because if you say it out loud, now you're talking about sounds and frequency. And now they're going to engage in their imagination. I read in a book of a guy named Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Socrates, whatever. At that point, how does it serve to know those name dropping? Probably it doesn't. But for people that are pretty lazy, and because they've chosen to be consciously ignorant, they'll say, well, I'm a Christian. Okay, that's nice. I am a many things. So how does that serve you to be a Christian or a Muslim or an atheist? How does that serve you? And I'm asking them directly, because then the next question is, how would that serve me then? Because if it doesn't serve me and they openly admit it, then I don't need to be there. Then that person's better off having a conversation with themselves. Go ahead.
Dominic, let me ask you, for your understanding, we are here to serve human, or we are here to save the creator, to serve the creator?
We're here to serve. The ones that choose to do it. The rest of them, they're going to do what they're going to do, or be.
No, to serve the humanity, to serve the creator, but because
anything.
I feel like the moment that you start serving your creator, the prosperity is faster than serving the human.
Well, what happens if the creator doesn't need your service? But meanwhile, you're going to serve everything.
The creator doesn't.
Yeah,
you're going to. We shouldn't ask the creator for nothing. We got life. We should be.
It's already here. It's already here.
Right. The creator's everywhere.
Yeah.
Now because they have the in Christianity, they have the word that is a very jealous, right? It's a very jealous.
That's a different.
The moment that you're serving the other, the jealousy comes in, that the prosperity is slowed.
Yeah, and you can serve that too,
right?
If you choose to. But does that bring strife or unity?
I don't know, Bob, because the right way is to serve that way.
You do know. Stop. If it's jealousy, and then there's this entity that calls itself a god, and it's about war. Is it about unity or strife? It's war. It's self-explanatory. It's about separation. It's not about unity. So if a person wants
my point, so now if the energy for us to serve something that is not for us is separation, right?
Okay, so I'll give you an example, Buji.
Go ahead.
You might have a child, you can serve that child, you can guide that child. You could have a pet, you can have a plant, you can actually have a creek around your house. Anything that you serve, you're being of service to that bigger entity, that whatever you want. But if it's all about you, then you're really serving that jealous God. The me, left-hand path. It's not a bad thing. It tells you where you are. Hence, where you understand. You're under the mind. You have wisdom and understanding. That's the tree of life. Most people are in the tree of knowledge, but even that, they've even fallen further. They get caught up in belief system. Dom, I believe in a guy named Jesus. That's all you can do. But do you know a guy named Jesus? Well, no, I've never met him. I said, so you believe in that guy. What was the teachings and who wrote it? And how did you read it? Again, I use the word how does it serve? I usually don't never directly say, listen, how does it serve you? Because I know
Right.
most people, their energy is about me, me, me. Look what I've
I wrote.
accomplished. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm the one who wrote it.
Oh yeah, we all wrote it. And
So
we
now,
rewrite it.
let me ask Charles, if you wanted to go exit and you're going to North Pole, do you want it to go on the east or you want it to go on the west?
Can you say that again?
Do you want it to go all the way to the east or you want it to go all the way to the west? Because if you show us the map earlier, my brother.
What the hell is going on here?
Show us the map.
Which one?
You know how you
This
have
one?
the that's right. That's right. See, it says, remember the building is facing on the Antarctic area. This is where the building was standing. And then remember, this is where the exit right here, where it says here and now. They have the opening door down there. So the east is going towards the building. And the one with the gate is going towards the west. And
Well,
I
there's
feel
supposed to
like
be
all
9
of the
gates, I think it is. Supposed to be
and
9
I feel
gates
like
on
all of the civilization is right here on the west, not on the east. Because if the king, right, if the king wanted their back to be facing forward to their people, this is where the people supposed to be, in here in the west, because the back of the king always at the wall. You will hit
the
the wall
people.
behind it.
I am the people.
Charles, here's one for you. The map that you're showing, put it flat on the ground. Where's north and south?
The here north and south is going to be right here to
North is up, south is down.
There you go, Charles. As above, so below. What we have actually, we go east to west all the time, and then west becomes east and east becomes west. This is why we have hemispheres. People think the north is actually, they look at a compass, which is this magnet point that goes to the middle of the crust. But the thing is, north and south is up and down. So when people look at the map, they look at up and down. No, you got to look at it as flat. And then you'll understand east and west. That's hemispheres. But it's a cycle. So as you're going east, eventually you're going to be in a position where other people are going to call west and vice versa. There's more indoctrination. Have fun with that, guys.
right. So that's how I feel like it. This is where the the outside of that right here by the west part right here, but the here and now part. This is where it is behind it. But everything else on that by what's that? Architect's sign. That's where the wall is. Nothing down there.
The ice wall. And there's other planes on the other side of it, like Atlanta, Germanica, and all that kind of stuff. The seven-headed dragon is the Earth's surface. Gaia. Is there other planes?
Dragon.
Have people ever pondered? Yeah. Have people ever
original stars?
There you go. Have people ever pondered where does all this technology come from? Humans don't have that ability. To be of service to humanity, let's give them technology. Hopefully, some of them will figure out. So, who gave us Wi-Fi?
We do have that technology. It's always
Who gave it to us? Think about it. Who gave it to you? Do you know anybody, Muji? You know anybody that actually knows how to click into the energy of air and give us Wi-Fi? No, a lot of that technology is given to the human race, if not all of it. Same with language. How can a human truly say that they invented language when everybody, from what I understand, were born a baby? Not one single baby I ever heard come out and say, listen, I'm going to start speaking French right now, or Latin right now. It's a language that's given to us. Hence why I say it openly. Humans do not create anything. They reproduce at best. They manipulate at best.
Who taught you how to comprehend?
If you want to hear the word, it's me as the being.
Yeah, so you gave yourself language.
No, but I'm talking about who created language. I use language. There's a difference. I'm using language. Sure, if you want to make that leap, yeah, we go with it.
Who gave me comprehension?
Are you asking the question or are you going to answer it? For you, for your perspective.
I did.
Okay. And who's the I? If you want to share, who's the I?
Well, see, I'm trying to use English. See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You didn't give yourself the English I gave myself, right?
Exactly. We're going to use words to try to describe the undescribable.
Which is each individual taught themselves the language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, if you're talking about the subconscious that picks up a lot of things, even it's not just because you're at school. I'm talking about when you're walking around other people, you're picking up all kinds of energy because your subconscious is always picking up everything. Unfortunately,
which is the only one picking up everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You can pick up anything. I feel like by properly doing a not meditation, but when you inhale correctly, you could really get all of that thing on air.
I'm with you, Ambuji. That's where air. It probably carries everything.
But not a lot of people understand it.
That's why we're here to be of service. Because many people are falling by the wayside. They've been distracted, and I'm not here to say that they should become enlightened. I'm just saying, listen. Right. Somebody says they go to work. Okay, so why do you go to work? Well, I have to go to work. No, that's a cheap excuse. Why do you work for money? These are questions.
That's right.
Maybe some people never question themselves. But once they get defensive, I said, okay, but what are you defending now? What do you mean? I'm asking questions. They might be clever. It's like saying to somebody, you know how fiat currency comes to be. Well, no, I don't, Dom. But yet they'll work for it most of their life. You would hope that people would say, listen, if I'm going to be a criminal, I should at least understand how the game works and be a good one at it, and vice versa.
That's right.
It's like somebody else. There's people that will think badly of masonry because they just paired information. No different. Other people say masonry is a good thing. How would you know? You would have to be involved or at least talk to other people and say, okay, how does it serve you? You know what I mean? Now they might turn around and say, well, I'm in a club. No. I could talk to Catholics about that kind of stuff. How does it serve you? Because most people aren't there for other people. I know a lot of Rosicrucians and I know a lot of Masons. I'm like, okay, so how does it serve you? I don't want to hear their secrets because I'm aware of a lot of things, but it's not a secret to me. So how does it serve you? And I really don't want to hear whether or not you're a fucking 33-degree Mason, Blue Lodge and all that. Those are just words. How does it serve you without even getting to who are you truly?
Hey, my brother, some of them are still suffering from a post-traumatic syndrome for pledge alleging.
Well done. Yeah. And you probably observed that. No different. We could talk about people that are Catholics or people that are Christians or Muslims. We're all having some sort of trauma to a certain point. Like, why would somebody trek all the way to Mecca, let alone to go to Petra? Why would somebody go to the Vatican? You know what I mean? Like that's a question. Why? It's a philosophy question. Why would you want to go there? Well, Dom, I love it. Okay, good enough. Does that work for you? No problem. Would you teach that to your kids? Probably not. So you're doing it what? Because you want to go for a trip to Rome? You want to go to a trip to Mecca? Like, what's your purpose? I get it. People will look at the lodge and say, well, but do you understand all the symbols? Most guys even in the lodge don't understand why they're there. They're like going to the Lions fucking club, which is another club. Or maybe a Night of Columbus. That's another club.
I mean, as you said earlier, though, somehow there is within them that it's missing, right? That they have to go through this type of phase for it to be, feel like, oh yeah, I did somehow some kind of thing. The emptiness that they're having within.
Valid point, yeah. Now, if there's people out there that are corrupt, but yet they're helping other people become wealthy from it, they're serving still. That's the irony. Usually when people say, well, that's a bad thing to do, that's a good thing. No, they're serving. But for most people, they're just serving themselves, which is a great start. Serve yourself. But are you going to be of service to others? Because if you're not going to be of service to others, then how would you be truly saying you're being of service to God?
That's right. That's right.
Now, unless they think of God is a selfish God, now we're talking about the jealous entity, and it's there to be an adversary. That's all it is. We're playing hoops. Me and Buji and Charles are playing hoops. If Charles is making 3-point shots openly, Dom, I need an adversary. No problem. Charles goes to take a shot. I fucking trip him. I said, Charles, I don't play by the rules.
Charles, you see the batter play looking at the bottom of the how do you call that thing? The bottom of the spinal cord.
The hip bone.
The hip, right? This is where you wanted to concentrate, my brother. if you wanted more wealth. This is the wealth frequency right here, the hip bone. Concentrate on the hip bone frequency,
The
and
hip
you'll
bone's
hit the
connected
frequency
to
of
the
wealth.
shit bone. The shit bone. Oh my bad.
Yeah, that's where we tap in our frequency wealth down there in this part of the bone. Protect that, guys.
Peace to the witch master. I don't know which one. Witch master. I never had a master.
Or at least what master? Which one?
That's right.
Because you got to serve something. You can interpret whatever you're serving as a master.
Mm-hmm.
Still got to serve.
Self-serve, I think.
Yeah, you serve yourself. Yeah, exactly. Self-serving is a part that needs to be done. Go ahead.
Isn't it wild, man? I just can't get over how one day, thanks to these so-called chemtrails, I was able to see this here with the sun. And then I thought to myself when I took a picture, I said, damn, how come the symbol of the sun is the same thing as this? Did the ancestors already know the sun?
Yeah, but because our ancestor
point.
The great thing for our ancestor, my brother, for example, when we are all growing
they were
up,
way more intelligent than we are. They weren't no fucking cave people, that's for sure.
The way we look at to the star is at night. You put the water on, on the big bucket, and that's where you look and all of that stuff. So I feel like
there's a video bullshit about the guy zoomed into a pool with the lights in the pool at night, and it looked just like, I thought he was looking at the stars through a telescope, and when he zoomed out, it was a fucking pool. He was zoomed into the light in the pool.
Right. So that's why our ancestors, you know what I mean, abide by when we are all growing up. I even learned how to treasure hunt using stars.
They use stars for navigation because the stars, you could take the star map and align it with the map of the lands, and I think that's how they align buildings with the stars perfectly.
So we all need to look down and pay attention to at nighttime and put water on your bucket, and that's where all of this wonder will pop out. You see it.
Charles, back in the days of his ancestors, among them there would have been folks that are be of service, mystics, shamans, wizards. But majority of the people in the ancestors were like today. They were the peasants, the citizens. They weren't unaware. So it takes a little bit of more of awareness to realize, pinpoint who you're talking about. It's like in about 100 years when we reboot and come back, we're going to look back, well, who's the one that created all this stuff or made up most of this stuff? Not create, but made most of this stuff. It would have been the few, not the many. So the ancestors, like the Egyptians, there were few among them. Babylonians, there was a few among them. That's why they would praise somebody that actually understood, mystics. They would understand to read the signs in the sky, like an Orthodomus, for example. These are characters that were just students. Prophets would be no different. But when we overgeneralize, or people overgeneralize and take an age in past, they were all aware. No, they weren't. It's like today. Most people aren't aware. And they're not even striving to be aware. Not to say I'm aware. I just share certain things that come to me, and I just share out loud. I'm the student hearing the shit that comes out of me. But for other people, it's like, yeah, but Dom, I don't think that way. I said, well, we're back to Charles's channel. Let's speculate. Right now I'm speculating. I might sound with authority, but I'm still speculating. Because how would somebody truly grasp it if I said to them, I met an alien and I asked 1,000 questions? They would be too busy thinking, what does an alien look like? I got to entertain your senses, your eyes, don't I? I'm hoping that at least you would hear me and listen inwards, because something inside is more stronger than something outside. This is why, yeah, thanks, Luigi. When we're actually talking to like what they call AI, which isn't, I'm AI, but anyway, that's software. It's taking in all that information from the human race. But at the same time, it has a processor behind it that's actually sorting it all out. That's kind of like the subconscious. The conscious mind is its ongoing software. It's the subconscious the conscious, the one that's taking all in. The subconscious is taking all that in, and most of it, it's about symbols. It's not concerned about right and wrong. It's about patterns for it, and for most of us, it's about patterns.
That's right.
And once you understand, or at least try to grasp what a patterns is, then you can have a better way of understanding how civilization works. Forget about nature. Nature has its own patterns. And
Dominic, I call it the message of God. And so as long you pay attention to the pattern, and it's the message for you, and that's how you move faster.
Great wording. Pay attention to God. Yes, yes. Whether we want to call it God, alien, reptilian, whatever word. But the only thing I know is humans didn't create or make the sun and the moon. So something or somebody else made that. Now we could talk about the Big Bang, but I'm like, there's a lot of holes in that theory.
Yeah, you know what's crazy part of me growing up, that we have a folktale story where our ancestor is working with the giant. They said they used to have, like, is it 7 or 12 son, where the giant, because it gets too hot, they take down all of them, so they leave one. What do you think about that story, bro?
They could have been real, but again, it wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden I saw a big giant and say I'm a shapeshifter, because I'm looking at the technology we're using. Well, how did Wi-Fi come to be? How did the alchemy of steel and plastic come to be? We've been introduced to things like holograms. That's right. If we're being introduced to hologram, how do we not know the sun and the moon are nothing but holograms? That's acting like a magnet. I don't know.
That's what I think. I think the sun is some sort of reflection. When you take a flashlight and you shine it onto a mirror, well, that's what I think. The sun is being reflected somehow.
Let me ask you guys a question. You think, Charles, if there's such veil that it's blocking us for having all of this understanding, are we or a humanity are ready
the only
enough
thing that's
to hold
blocking
this
us is
information?
ourselves.
Sorry, finish that, Buji. Sorry, Charles. Finish that, Buji. What you were saying?
I always wonder if our mind is ready for all of that floodgate of information that it's flowing into you, or is the other person will be cuckoo? Because I feel like some of the guys that do altering drugs, like the heavy one, and when the floodgate of information comes in, they become unstable,
overwhelmed.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very weary when I hear people say I have an open mind. That could be flooded. You should have a receptive mind, meaning that you're going to receive information from the mind. But for some folks, what happens is they want to know a lot of things. Well, really what they're doing is they're gathering belief systems. And then some of them, they can go a little bit, they can spin themselves harder than they should. And, people might call them going crazy or whatever.
Right.
Isn't that a belief system, what you're saying, though?
Yes, it is a belief system. Exactly what I'm saying is a belief system, Yahweh.
I had a friend. I mean, he did heavily on coke, crystal meth, and all of this type of stuff. He went on, he went on enlightenment. He went on enlightenment, my brother, that he feel like he's Jesus Christ.
I think what happened, Buji,
because he is.
Yeah, when people used to in tribes, they used to give certain kinds of brain altering substances to their children to see which one has a gift, but they're being guided. But unfortunately, some people, they'll do cocaine, marijuana, ayahuasca. They're doing it out of curiosity. I said, you might, and hence the word educate, you might bring out a gift, or you might find out these entities might turn around and say, why the fuck are you here?
That's right. They do have that back in the days. I don't know. Charles, you went to school here in the US, right? They call the GATE project. Who have experienced the GATE project, guys?
I think I've heard about Emoji. Please share.
So pretty much they take you into the room and they give you this type of flashcard and everything if you could recognize the entity behind it. And that's how we started. First, they call it a GATE project. It was big when you were middle school.
Yeah, that's what they're
by the military people, especially navies.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're always trying to find out what gifts has one been bestowed? Like Confucius talked about it, where the parents should try to find out in the first 13 years what gift has been bestowed upon that child, and how can we help bring it out. So, and unfortunately for a lot of folks, they get a thing called schooling. They get brainwashed, distractions. Teach them numbers, but don't teach them the energy behind numbers. Teach them symbols, but not the energy behind it. So for some people, they'll find out that they understand astrology, for example. So then what they'll do, they'll harness that. It's not like the one or two astrologers that are on YouTube. They probably, when I say they, I'm talking about people that understand energy, and they've done well financially, and they've had generational wealth, and they want to anchor here. So they're actually here to serve this realm. So at that point, they're going to probably have hundreds of astrologers working together to try to read the energy of the signs. Now, again, nothing's really good or bad per se. But unfortunately for people, they want to classify things. It should be good and evil, spiritual and material. But for a lot of people, they think it's just something I don't like. Well, okay, your likes, okay, Tom, go ahead.
Well, what's the crazy part about it? How can the government know which children to pick and which children to be lined up on that? Because only few of us in thousands of children.
But again, when you look at the pyramid or whatever they talk about in the eye that's separated, the government's really low on the pole. It's not about governments. That's like middle management to distract the masses. It's not about the government. It's not even about the military. Really, with all sincerity, it's not even about the elites. At that point, we're talking about
the control.
It can't be controlled, Charles, but the masses will control themselves. The way we talk sometimes is a form of control. Talking about the government is control. It's manipulation. And then we do the telephone game. Everybody, okay, I heard this with Donald Trump. Excuse me, Donald Trump? How? Donald Trump is the president selected for a very small country? Sure they are. How important is that?
It's not.
It isn't. But from whose position? The people that live in the country that are nationalists, when there's a globalist agenda going on, how does that serve?
It doesn't.
Here.
It's a distraction.
Yeah, give a cat, crumple a piece of paper, you'll see how quickly the cat will get distracted. So you don't have to buy him expensive toys. Just give him a piece of paper. That's the human race to a certain point. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just, they should be aware of that. Okay, am I easily being misled? Yes, from within first and foremost.
But the crazy part about it, my brother, to be honest with you, Charles and Dominic, is like these elites, especially that, as Dominic said, those group of people that have been here, generational wealth. This is the type of game that they do play, though. Energy game and manipulation and casting a spell, really.
Yeah, it is casting a spell. But then again, you have to know who's the Lord of this realm. Once you realize that who the Lord is, that resonates why all these people, they're working for you, yes. So what about all the other masses? They don't even know who the fuck they want to serve. They'll say they're serving God or a Yahweh or Allah or whatever. No, they don't got a fucking clue. Question is, why are we here? Why did you choose to come here? Or did you lose a spiritual war? And now these are our suits. And these are our suits.
I'm not trying to figure out why we're here. I'm trying to figure out why I'm here.
Some of us are just fallen, aware when we fall.
Could be.
What's the crazy part about it? So, like as I said, that middle school when I had that experience, next thing you know, I was working with the Air Force, bro.
Whoever heard of
and I don't understand what just happened when they picked me like that. It is what it is, guys.
You ever heard of Ptolemy Soter?
What is that, Charles?
But Ptolemy Soter, I think, was another version of Jesus or Jesus. I think Ptolemy Soter was also, I forgot the guy with the cup on his head that looked like Jesus, what his name was. I think it is Ptolemy Soter. But I could be wrong.
That's the name of Jesus on another name. Ptolemy Soter.
See, in the old days, I guess we'll call it, a lot of the stories would have had been spoken stories. Today, with pen and paper and pictures, those myths are even stronger now. Read it in a book. Here's a picture of a clown. Oh, okay. Here's a picture of a giant. Oh, okay. Back in the days, like I said, it would have been spoken. So at least sounds and frequency. Like think about,
I
you know.
mean,
Go ahead.
our ancestor understood that. That's why they leave food behind the back, right? And they put that candle. They leave the food for them to. They understand this type of can we call frequency and understanding.
Some of them would. You know, among your tribe, you would probably have people that you can trust. You know, talk to this wise person, whether it's a woman or a man. You would learn trust. That's why we still trust the governments, but most people just don't realize, are they trustworthy? You know what I mean? Like if I met somebody in my clan, I said, okay, they've shown over and over again, you know, whether for war or to harvest or whatever, they've been consistent. They're trustworthy. But unfortunately, most people are talking about governments that they're not, you know, at least it was the mafia, you could trust them. What do you mean? He lives in our community. No woman gets raped here. But if you actually start talking about it's wrong to sell drugs, you're going to have a problem with them. You know, again, talking about people that don't live in your community, even though this is what online is doing, this is all about strife to a certain point, where Bougie lives somewhere else, Charles lives somewhere else, Yahweh lives somewhere else. So how does it serve to us? Outside of we're just talking with each other. It'd be different if it was a how-to. I'm going to show you how to pull out an engine. You don't literally have to be here, but you could do it with your car. But unfortunately here, people think I want action done. Well, how can you when we're all scattered? So at this point, it's just about awareness. And then hopefully you can talk to your own immediate people in your family, but they don't want to hear me. Well, then be the example. What do you mean? If you talk and they don't want to hear, then when they talk, you hear. You know, you got to be both. You got to be the leader and follower. That's why when I don't know something or somebody shares something, I'll ask questions because I need to be the example that I'm expecting others. Dom, I have questions. Oh, okay, good enough. You have questions, but are you being clever or are you going towards being wise? And I'm only asking because I already picked up the energy. I said, no, you're being clever. I just want to see if you're honest now. You know, most people don't realize, you know, energy is not complicated. It's there. It's consistent. You use it on a regular base. It's love. Yeah, it's in and out. You breathe it in and out. That's unconditional. Yeah, but I love my kid. No, that's obligation and duty. Unless you're loving another child, and your child is going to say, I'm picking up the energy of love. Why? Because he's breathing it in and out.
What's up, Eyes Wide Shut?
Again, Charles, I went with diarrhea of the mouth, my approach. Fuck, I'm even getting tired.
I'm tired of trying. Well, not tired, but you hear this shit, man?
Charles, sometimes when we speak out loud, the student's really is the one that is speaking. I'm the student. It's for my benefit. It's kind of like sending a gift. If it's not received, the gift is always
a student.
That's right. So that's the most important part. It's sometimes we get caught up thinking, okay, I'm liking Charles. He's hearing me. That's why I try not to get caught up in likes and agreements and disagreements, because then I have to deal with another attachment, and I already struggle with that already. You know, it's easy to feel good. Oh yeah, that guy likes me. That guy really likes what I'm to say. No, Dom, you're full of shit. I have to combat myself now. You know, where other people did. Yeah, no different when somebody else said, Dom, I think you're full of shit. Now I got to combat it. Fuck, I don't think I'm completely full of shit, especially when I openly admit it to myself. Like, you know, I don't need somebody else to tell me who I am, especially when I'm at this age. Right? What's that, Yahweh?
If somebody tell me who I am and I comprehend it, it's me that's telling me who I am.
But you're aware. You're fully aware of yourself, and you're saying that out loud, and hopefully some people, if they choose to at least hear you, say, listen, I wonder what Yahweh was trying to say. I've never thought of that before. So if a person's honest with themselves, they said, I've never thought about that before, then why do they have the energy that they think, well, I think I'm going to attack that? Well, if you've never thought about that before, what would you be attacking?
Yourself.
Exactly, or they're defending themselves, and if they truly tested themselves, again, this all goes back to the self. Have they? You know, it's about that old cheap phrase, "Know thyself." It was never about knowing others. You can learn from others, but the only one that you're really going to know is you. I'm the only one that's with me 24/7, and even that, I'm speculating because I don't know where I go when I go to sleep. Or am I still here? I don't know. Am I like a little laptop, and once you close it, a little light goes on, and next thing you know, I'm snoring? Maybe. You know, a lot of people don't question themselves enough, but they'll question.
Or challenge yourself.
That's even a better word, Charles. Yeah, it's like playing hoops. I'm going to challenge myself. If I get good enough, maybe I'll actually interact with other guys and say, let's see where our game's at. You know, but outside of that, if I'm not challenging myself and then I see another guy that's challenging himself and by luck I think I'm going to be better than him, let's say I am better than him by luck, how much better would I be than if I did challenge myself? You know, and of course that's the question I do, challenge the self. I'm not the self. I'm using it. The language I'm using is through my program. I'm using today's technology program. We're mimicking what we think we are or aren't. So artificial intelligence to me is not artificial intelligence because it can't question itself. But if a person doesn't question himself, they're actually being like that software. They're being that NPC, the useless mouth breather, that goyim, whatever word they want to use to describe somebody that doesn't challenge themselves, let alone question themselves. But then you'll hear people say, yeah, Dom, I question everything. Do you? Because if you questioned everything, you might become aware of the essence to things. What's the essence to thing? Energy. I'm using another word to try to describe the undescribable, but at least it might lead or, you know, trip you up a little bit. Dom, I don't like to challenge myself, but I like to question other people. Okay, that doesn't resonate, but hey, you fill your boots. I want to have a conversation with a person, but yet I just want to do a bunch of these gotcha moments. You know, it'd be better just to start the conversation. Listen, you want to win? Here's the W. Are we done now? Okay, let's have a conversation now.
You can start the conversation with, I forgot what I was going to say.
You're there, Charles.
I got to rewind the video now. It was a joke.
Was it a joke or was it a rhyme? It's a bit of both?
It was yeah. But
you're always honing in on your craft, Charles, as a rapper. I love that.
Damn, my brain is slowing down.
Maybe that's why you want to go quiet eventually. You want some more Charles time.
Oh shit. I have too much Charles time. Sometimes I think I overdo it.
You can, Charles. Most of us do in some ways. We over ruminate about something. We want to figure out something. Like you said openly, you know, you would like to be able to go to, I think, Antarctica or whatever. You know, it's or the ice wall or whatever that they've given us.
Yeah, because my inner self has been telling me they're hiding stuff my whole life.
It could be.
And I'm with you, right.
Yeah. But let's say you go there and you find out, now I know why they're hiding this stuff. It's too much to comprehend. You know?
They can either be keeping us safe, which I doubt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe there's stuff there that, you know, they're trying to keep out, or they're just hiding stuff and lying as usual.
It can be, but then again, think about when they talk about Santa Claus and North Pole. They make movies on this stuff so people can get caught up in their imagination, which is fun to play with. But then the question would be, and I'm going to elaborate a little bit now, how does it serve? And if you're serving to chase that, what other things are you giving up that you should be serving? Like I know for myself, I can get into a lot of analytical conversations, but then fall by the wayside. Okay, Dom, you know you got to go to work eventually, right? Regardless if I agree with the system, I still got to go and earn money. You know what I mean? I got to use my energy to earn money because I just can't go and buy a drone if I want to use another escapism mechanism, or go to the grocery store or buy gas. Now, the people that have done financially well for themselves probably consumed a lot of energy to obtain that. So now they're going to be what people used to call in the old days philosophers. Or they're going to be people that want to live with a silver spoon. I just want to have a luxury life. Okay. So was the beginning or the end more important to people? You know, in Indian cultures, they still practice.
What's the difference, though? The beginning or the end's the same.
Well, if you're a criminal at the beginning, but you choose to be a more kinder person to the humanity, the back end's better than the front end. If you're a kind person at the beginning, and then in the end you figure, life sucks and all that, and I think it was all for waste, the back end proves more what you truly are. Unless you're going to be consistent.
That's what I told her. I told her I love the back end more than the front end. No, I'm joking.
No, you're rapping, Charles. You're rhyming. I get your sense of humor, by the way, Charles. but I'm also picking up. You got exactly what was said.
Yeah.
For other people, they don't get it, so they either feel uncomfortable or they'll say shit like, "Dom, I agree." I'm like, okay, but if somebody was going to ask you to pass that forward, could you? And a lot of folks, they can't. Okay, so it's like in any craft. You have to practice it. What I do is I'm always practicing, even though when I first started coming on YouTube, I was on Zoom a lot, was just to hear people out. I'm like, okay, I want to see if there's fellow tribe people that are sharing this stuff. And there is, but I also heard a lot of noise. When I say noise, they're talking about things that they know they can't make any change to it, let alone would they even be talking to their loved ones about it. I get when people come on as trolls. Most of them, if not all trolls, are abusive. To me, that'll be like, okay, listen, I'm going to go to a club and look for a woman that what? You're going to try to have sex, or you're going to force to have sex with her. That's why I don't tolerate trolls. And I think most people that accept it, they're enablers. They want to have fun, go to those channels that actually want to basically have trolls.
Yeah, trolling is childish.
Well, it's not even childish. It's a spoiled teenager. It's a spoiled teenager. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, you want to have fun, that's fine. Just make sure everybody that's participating, both on chat and panel, are okay with it. If not, that's the big man on campus or the big person on campus that's so fucking insecure that allow other people to respect what you have to offer. And I only say that because people that debate, for example, the ones that truly debate don't do name calling. They're debating ideals, and they're not expecting the person that they're debating is going to change their view on it. And if they are, they're going to integrate it with their own view. But it's the people that are going to hear it are going to say, thank you. You guys have shared us your points. If we're striving, if people want that, once they learn how to have conversation, to have constructive conversations. Like, I get some people don't believe in certain things, which is fine. But there's almost a surety that they believe in other things. So if they believe in certain things and other people believe in other things, wouldn't you be showing respect to say, well, that's an interesting view? You don't have to use the caveat, I don't agree or disagree. That's like saying, but. That's interesting. Would you like to elaborate on it? Because there might be somebody else in the channel, whether on panel or on chat, that might benefit from that. But again, the self-absorbed person. It's always about them. Charles, I just got onto your channel. I don't know what you guys were talking about. Can you play my video? You know what I mean? Or they come on, mic check, and next thing you know, they go on for 10 minutes. And then they
try to stay humble. People say I got a lot of patience. So I don't let noise, affect me, man. It's just noise. And a lot of people who do stuff like that are just trying to pull you down to their level, and or they're just miserable and they want you to be miserable, or
which is fine.
But that shit it don't bother me at all.
No, but there's channels for that. There's a lot of hate channels or miserable channels. It's out there. Pick your direction, you'll find something. But what it comes down to is eventually when somebody's like, say, a parent and say, listen, I've learned not to just be about me. I'm mature now. So the noise is not directed towards me, but it's directed towards my kids or towards one of my friends' kids. They put a stop to that. It doesn't happen in my surroundings. But I get for some people, as long as I'm not being affected, that person can abuse whoever. No, that shouldn't be accepted to anybody. When men start talking about women and downgrade them, that's disrespect to the human race. When a man calls another man by some sort of sexual connotation, unless they're trying to learn, because they're trying to come out of the closet because it's never been accepted, that's fine. But there's places you can talk about that kind of stuff. Because if not, you're degrading the race. When people start categorizing themselves as black and white, one against the other, they're degrading against humanity. But again, they'll say, yeah, but we're not doing wars. Yes, you are. You're fueling it. Now, if that's what they want, there's lots of channels out there, Charles. And I'm only saying this because I know your channel is probably flexible enough, but at the same time, including me, we've also abused your channel, Charles. You know, I get it. People want to come up
sometimes
here.
I wonder if certain people like purposely do it,
Sure they
or
do. Sure they do, Charles. I'm coming onto your channel to promote my channel, but I want nothing to offer your channel except for me, which is fine. But and that's why I respect Charles. This is your channel. You can do whatever you want. My channel, if I ever had a channel, which I'm not going to, but if I ever did, fuck, it would be. I don't care if there's one person fucking watching, because I know I'm recording it, and other people, if they want to hear it, that's their choice. You know, especially when people come on and talk about me all the time. I'm the kind of person, Charles. I would say to listen. Do you have a autobiography in podcast form or in a written form? Why is that, Dom? So I have a choice if I want to fucking hear it or read it. Because it's so easy to talk about daily fucking occurrence. Charles, today I woke up. Always, Yahweh. Always. I'm with you. I'm talking about me.
what happened?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear him.
Yeah, you're a little bit too far.
You tell yourself what people doing. It's you telling yourself what you see.
Because that's what the subconscious does. The subconscious, when it hears other people, it doesn't interpret other people. It's thinking it's yourself talking to yourself. That's what. So when people do backbiting, guess what the subconscious is thinking? So you're backbiting yourself, Dom? No, I don't.
Write it, I guess.
You know, people say things like Charles and Yahweh. They say they don't care. What are you really saying to your subconscious? You don't care. Well, I don't care for other people. No, it doesn't understand other people. You're saying you don't care, which could be valid. There's people that literally, they don't really care. And what I get from them, the energy is they have this mask of a security, but meanwhile, their energy is insecure. You're not comfortable in your skin. What do you mean? Why are you attacking another race?
I don't know what it is, right? Like, I don't know what people saying. I'm telling myself.
You are. And if you're hearing me, you're still telling yourself. I'm telling myself. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all these tones, A through Z, and sometimes others, it's just one tone to me. But you mix them up and you send out all these different effects, like alchemy. Basically, alphabet is alchemy to me.
That's the irony. When we come to these things,
yeah.
I was going to say,
so tones of letters, you get all these different effects, and it's just one tone to me. Magic.
You know, like when I say, you know, people are self-absorbed, because it's always about me, but are they self-centered? Are they rationally selfish? Are they going to consider others? Now, that would be, do you consider yourself? You know, all these different ideals that I've received or given to myself, am I considering them? Or am I categorizing them and saying, okay, I'm going to make these ones all right? Go ahead.
Yeah. Are they considering I'm not an English person? I not know what I'm talking about. Because I can never find no one that can show me what they talking about. I can't find anyone that can teach me.
Yeah, you can't show language.
That'll be funny.
I made English up. I made it up.
We're always making up. Make shit up. That's what I call it. Go ahead, Charles. Charles, you're going to share, Charles?
Like,
but once people go back to reverting to talking about governments and all that, maybe they can ponder when you hear somebody say, you know, but you're being anchored here. What do you mean? Well, the words aren't there, but you're using it to describe something. It's like when I call something a rock. Okay, I'm using a language to anchor to that object. Now, if somebody comes along and speaks in a different language, that just shows the language doesn't exist. So you can't show me the language, but you can show me the object. Now, when people start separating and say, okay, well, that rock is bad. How is it bad? It's a rock that I give a name to it. Now they might throw it against the window. I said, I don't know. Maybe you're trying to crack the window. I don't know. Is that what you mean by bad? Again, now that's our perceptions, and it's always me. It's my perception, and it's not debatable because it's my perception. Maybe the language is debatable, but then again, where's language? Show me language, as Yahweh has said. Show me when we speak. That's right up there. Can you show me air? Can you show me thoughts? Well, not really. So then when somebody says the senses are limited, it's always funny when I hear somebody say, Dom, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so you're trying to use your senses to try to make sense of it? Oh, okay, this is interesting. Are you sure the indoctrination is your senses? You watch something on TV. I don't watch TV, Dominic, anymore. You read it in a book, don't you? No, I don't read books anymore, Dom. Do you look at a human beings? Well, yeah. So you're still being indoctrinated. You know that, right? It's like it's some sort of revelation for somebody when they say, listen, I haven't watched TV for 10 years. Well, that's nice.
Are you born in the dark?
Say that again. Why, Yahweh? You're a little bit far. You're a little bit far away when you talk.
Are you born in the doctrine?
And the doctrine, I love it. And the word "in" gives it away. Insight, indoctrination, insight, intuitive, intelligent. You know, and again, people have to categorize. Well, then indoctrination must be a bad thing. No, I'm just saying it's indoctrinated. It anchors people to think.
You already is, and then I or y'all came up with words. You already is.
Mm-hmm.
You're already here. You're here. Then we say you're here. You're born in the doctrine. Then we say you indoctrinated.
Yeah, the word "in" gives it away. That's why when people hear something, hopefully they're listening inwards. You know, like somebody tells your child something, and then your child looks at your parents and say, "Is it safe for me to do what they said?" Well, yeah. So you're going inwards, and you're listening to that subconscious if you're communicating with it. So yeah, that resonates.
The language is where I think I got lost. I can't say for others. Like I'm already what I am, then I learn language to try to find what I am. It's when I got lost, like I passed away. I ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
You are the tree of knowledge and good and evil.
Yeah, I ate from myself, right? Through my own comprehension. I think I comprehend people.
Shut the fuck up, dumb bitch.
I'm already true. I'm waiting on people to tell me I'm true. I mean, I'm not no more, but I'm just saying.
I guess
the
biblical story of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, is that the fallen state?
Yeah, I think when one goes into the elementary and eat the apple off the teacher's desk,
it's the beginning state. It's the ending of one and the beginning of something new.
Yeah, empty out the vessel, fill it with something else.
Because I know
when
people
I
like
elementary in the education center or the kindergarten, I ate the application on the teacher's desk and I went to sleep.
Because
I passed away to God. Like I missed a turn.
See, when I've read the biblical story and meditated on it, I don't get the sense that it's about God. It's about Lord God. because it did say to Adam and Eve, let's play that thing. They were formed Adam was in the garden east of Eden. They never told you the name of the garden, so they say. But at the same time, don't eat of it, because in that day, literally in that day, you shall surely die. Well, the gods created everything, and on the seventh day they rested. They already created man, the image of God. That's the one's called Lord God. Even the serpent, when it was talking to Eve, said quite clearly, based on the English version of it, did God say so? The answer is yes or no. No, Adam never talked to God. He talked to Lord God. So now how would Lord God know that if you eat of the tree of knowledge and good and evil, in that day you shall surely die? Because Adam had a physical death, not a spiritual death, because the essence was blown into him. And hence why the Lord God presented to everybody else. Yeah, let's take away the tree of life now because they become like one of us. That means the Lord God must have fallen.
So is the mind physical?
It is physical. Yeah, there is beyond the physical, if that's what you're trying to imply. Adam is still here. It's just that's why when when Satan went to go visit Lord with all the God's the sons of gods, he was talking to the Lord. Go ahead.
Yeah, can man be plural?
Yes.
Okay, so man means to think, right?
Government, yes, man, image of God, thoughts.
Man means to think, M-A-N.
M-E-N or M-A-N?
M-A-N, man.
M-E-N, it's the image of God. It's an image, thoughts. Thoughts are images. It's a spiritual thing. Go ahead.
Man was formed in the image of God.
M-E-N was formed in the image of not God, of Lord God.
Man means to think. Men means to think.
The man, image of God. Okay, the image of God was what was created. Nobody's ever seen God. Nobody's ever seen man.
That's not true.
Okay, but I'm telling you what I picked up when I meditated on the story energetically. If it was inspired to be written or spoken through inspiration, you can grasp it. I'm just telling you my version of it.
Jesus say the meek shall see God.
Sure, the meek shall see God. Okay, but again, when they went up into the spirit, what God were they following? They were following the fallen one, Lord God.
See, that's when I went to sleep. Now I'm gonna say Lord God.
Yes, a ruling God. The gods create. Gods are not rulers. That's why they call them lords. There's a Lord. There's Lord God. The one that actually God created in his image chose to revolt. And he created something in the garden east of Eden. They never gave you the name of that garden, did they? That garden in the east of Eden. If you're going to meditate on it. Go ahead.
They never gave you the name.
No, exactly. But even if they did, how would I comprehend it? What language?
Adam, got educated to me. I am Adam and Eve. I got educated.
Okay, you're the offspring of Adam and Eve. Okay. Was Adam and Eve, when Adam and Eve, in the biblical story, in the story of Adam and Eve, were they even supposed to have offsprings? No.
That's what I'm saying. When I ate the application and I got educated, I had two children, Cain and Abel.
Yes, that's the fallen part of it. And one killed the other one. The other one's still here. Call him Jesus. Cain is Jesus.
No, Cain is not Jesus.
No, you can say whatever you want. I've just told you my version of it. For you to say no tells me that you have the answer. I'm just telling you a possibility. Remember, this is speculation, right?
Cain is made up.
So is Jesus. If we're going to play that game.
Yeah, by artificial intelligence, yeah.
The first will be last and the last will be first. Who's the first one to murder?
Yeah,
the truth that they talk about is an energy. It'll set you free from the realm that you're in. But that was a spiritual conversation, not a physical conversation. So when people talk from the physical, get out of your fucking senses. These are the conditioned languages that we're using. Who gave that to us?
Yeah, man needs to think. Yeah, spiritual.
Yes. Is there a thinking process needing to do when you're in the spiritual, let alone a feeling process? Do we need our senses? Probably not. So again, we're being anchored here because most of
So
us
the
aren't going to. Go ahead.
the senses is the helpmate.
Sure. Sure. So
You- you-
the fallen one basically forms something in the garden and say, you need a helpmate. Okay. That's a big accomplishment.
Which is the flesh.
Which is the flesh. And it is mortal. We both know, a lot of us know it's mortal. And that's where people play with morals because
Well,
you're living in a
flesh-
mortal form. Go ahead.
Well, if I didn't eat, then my flesh in me is forever.
Okay, but you know something? You could probably go 30 days, 40 days without food. You can go 3 days without water. How long could you go without air? That's what you're
Talking about
being.
consuming of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
Yes, and how do you consume it? You consume it through the air.
Through Eve gave me of the tree, and I
Okay, you're talking about Eve. Fuck it. Sorry, Yahweh. Fucking the story of Eve is fucking boring.
I'm talking about the flesh, like my
Yes,
flesh and
the
my
flesh. It is. I get what you're saying, but I was talking about the being part.
Yeah, but the flesh gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
Yeah, you ate of what? What was it? It wasn't an apple. It was probably a fig tree, a fig of some sort. But I get
Yeah,
it.
fig.8. Yeah, fig.7. Yeah.
Yes. But again, we're trying to use words to describe it. At that point, both of our, it's futileless. Unless you're going to go inwards, I'm not saying you haven't, unless people go inwards, if it was inspired to be written or spoken, through inspiration, you'll comprehend it. If it serves. If not, it just sounds like a bunch of us are fucking on a milk cart yip yapping.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's still fun.
I'm just making noise, right? I'm just yip yapping.
I love the word yip yapping. Anyway. And then we branch off from there. We take pictures, wonder how some of these buildings came to be, how did the clouds come to be? Where did they go? Who gave us the sun? Let alone the Father. When they say shit like, it's not about flesh and blood, it's about principality, high principality. Well, who's the ones that are speaking? The fallen ones? The bastard childs? Maybe us. Again, it's all speculation because
speaking.
Yeah, I'm going to speak to myself.
Yeah, it's me that put the high principalities in high places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm the only one that think I can find it or found it.
At that point, we're talking about lords, high principalities. Okay, so I'm the creator of everything, and I'm concerned about you giving me a fucking knee. If I had to speculate, I'm like, that kind of seems aimless. But I get it. People get conditioned. They go to church. They go to somewhere. They read a book and say, listen, I believe in a God. Okay, you believe in a God. You don't know of a God, let alone you have discernment and understanding of a God. So how does it serve? Well, if I believe...
I believe in God. Yeah. I believe in the house to go to the store.
Yeah. The word lies in it, and also the word be is in it.
L-E-A-V-E, leave, believe.
Yeah.
Like leave to the truth.
Be the lie. There's a better word. Be the lie. You know what I mean?
Leave, like live. Be live. Be leaf of the tree. Like leaving the leaf will leave the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Or leave. Leaves of a tree, believe.
And it goes back down to the ground and it nurtures the ground again. So it's a cycle.
Yeah. So I believe in God.
Yes. And then people, if they think there's an afterlife, they would have to have faith. So at that point, if somebody has a death transformation, then they have faith.
When you know you're the only one, it ain't no other place to store data but you.
Well, we're accumulating data. And maybe we're the ones that store too.
Okay, all right.
No, but it could be both. It could be both. We could be accumulating, and we could also be the ones that are storing it.
Okay, well, we storing or accumulating it right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only place to be is on your mind.
Well, within the mind. For me,
I
anyway,
mean,
within the mind.
so you think about something that's on your mind, or it's so many different ways to say it.
Well, the reason I say that, Yahweh, is because we do use the English language, and people try to break down the mind is more subjective. The brain is like a receiver of some sort. So I'm receiving through the brain, but from where? I can speculate from the mind. Hence the word ment, man. Hence why we use the word understand. The tree of life. What are you standing under? And on the other side, wisdom, discernment. You have discernment. But it's usually when people say it's my mind. Well, first of all, it's not yours to own, and second of all, you're using the mind, meaning that how did you learn language and all the different languages? How did you learn accent? It's all within the mind.
Yeah, the only place to be.
As beings, that's the only place we can be.
Yeah, so above is the mind to me.
It can be above, yeah. That's hence the word understand. Especially when people try to study, even though whether they value it or not, the tree of life, the way the Jews or the Hebrews, whatever, try to describe it. They're not trying to describe the tree of knowledge. I'm like, okay, so what is knowledge then to the tree of life? That's the child. Knowledge is a good place to be, but for most of us, we're into belief systems. But once you have knowledge, the question is, how do you apply it, both physically and spiritually? At that point,
you would just apply it, right? Because you are knowledge.
But applying could come in a sense of discernment, hence the word serve. How does it serve? To have knowledge of something. Like if somebody speaks to me in a different language I've never heard before, I have knowledge of the language, but how would that serve me? I don't understand the language. Hence the word understand now, comprehend. That's why I say.
I started telling myself what you were saying.
That's what I say. Knowledge is very limited, but so is belief system.
You might not even be saying what I'm telling myself.
Well, I'm hearing you. I might not literally, use it as a mantra to embody it, but I've heard you. I have a strong enough boundaries to say, listen, I can hear others and distinguish the difference. That's another being sharing language. And I'm my own being sharing my own type of language, whether I'm hearing it or speaking it. Outside of that, then we're talking about what? Telepathic? Then we can talk about body language. I can read somebody's energy by reading body language, for example.
Yeah, truth.
Yeah, because I know my own body language. And then other people use patterns. If a person crosses their leg towards a door when you're trying to have a conversation, through patterns, I realize they're not interested in the conversation or they're feeling uncomfortable. Or a person that opens and they have their legs wide open and they're trying to have a conversation. Are they trying to be receptive or are they trying to show dominance? So again, that's body language based on patterns. So our tonality has patterns to it.
Magic.
So people. We do know each other once you know oneself. But people try to disguise, oh, Dom, you'll never figure me out. I said, if you're under something, if I go towards the source, in this case the mind, I'll know that energy. Yeah, but I could be lying. Like I said, I'll know that energy. I could be telling the truth. I'll know that energy. But for most people, it's not about the truth. It's a lack of being honest with the self. But they'll say the word truth, like somebody says the word God, or demons, or angels, or devil. Those are in vain at that point. There's no energy behind it. They're just saying it. So they don't even embrace the words that they say.
Everyone is just not me, right? Not me, because I know what I'm saying.
You probably embody the words. Yeah. And you say true to it. Doesn't mean it's the truth, but you can say true to it. It's like a criminal. I talk like a criminal. I act like a criminal.
What I see in me is true, but how to say it to you, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't. Exactly. Yeah. But as long as it resonates with you or makes sense for some people, all the power to them. I literally say all the power to them. It's their powers to obtain. It's not mine to give.
Yeah, we didn't go to the same school.
To a certain point.
We probably didn't take the same words home to study.
Yeah. No different if you're living in a household where you go to learn one language, but your parents are speaking and also thinking of a different language. That's a different type of system now. Because we pick up. we pick up a lot of things, and my wife said it recently, the space between the thoughts. I said, that resonates, Judith. How many people really, really try to ponder the space, that pause, that silent stillness moment when you're in a conscious state. Some people try to practice that. That's why you see people meditating, doing a posture in broad daylight. And they're like, okay, are they trying to erase all their attachments? Are they just trying to be? You'd almost have to experience it yourself.
Yeah, I have to tell myself what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Still fun to play with.
I'm telling myself, yeah.
Like I said, it's still fun to play with. For me, that's my interpretation. It's fun. For other people, it's cruel. This is a hell realm. Oh, okay. Would you like to elaborate? How is it a hell realm? As we say the word hello. But because the thing is, when I hear people say it's a hell realm, they've already voted thinking that a hell realm is a bad thing. Well, what about if you're the person who says it's a hell realm, but I don't see it as a bad thing. It's just somewhere I play with. Oh, okay. But it's still a hell realm to you. Yeah, it is. But for a lot of folks, when they use words, they're already leaning it like it's the truth. Okay, so is the truth a good or bad thing? A positive thing or a negative thing? Well, Dom, for me, the truth wouldn't be evil. So then what do you think the truth is then? Is it a spiritual thing? Because if it's a spiritual thing, then why are you trying to share it to people that are in the physical?
The truth is God.
Again, we're using words. I would lean more towards people being honest with the self opposed to using the word truth. Because if you truly have experienced the energy of truth, the question would be what? Okay.
Honest with myself is God. Okay. Like
it could be. It could be.
Like,
you could be.
Like the dog say, "Don't call me Rover. I'm Spot." okay, all right, Spot. Okay.
Here's a possibility. People will say that, they're here to serve God. Okay. But what happened if somebody spins it and says, well, what about if the gods are indifferent to you? Well, that can't be. Well, how would you know? How would you know?
Everyone telling themselves what whoever's saying.
Exactly. We're telling ourselves stories. I could say God's here to serve me, let alone I could say gods are indifferent. There's stories at that point.
This is valid, right? Because everyone might have 100 different definitions for one or two or all the words.
But they're still stories, regardless of what language they use and whatever meanings that come from it. I'm using my interpretation right now, Yahweh. I call them stories.
Me too. I mean, language is invalid. Like it's invalid.
Yeah. I get it when people have a belief system and they want to believe in something. That's fine. But when somebody's trying to question those stories, because I'm perceiving them as stories, my next question is, how do you know? Because the person's telling me a story that sounds like it's a belief. Well, Dom, I've experienced it. Okay, so you've experienced it. But how do you know God does what he does? Or are you just parroting something? Not to offend a poor parrot, but are you? And most of us, that's what we do. I did it when I was quoting the Bible. I was parroting information.
Now, I know.
Okay, let's say you do.
Yeah,
but how would you?
What I ask, I receive.
Yeah, and how would you explain to the rest of us believers? It's like me and you met an alien. I know it's a repeating story, but how would we explain it to Charles so he would know? Unless you would have to go inward and say, I trust Dominic and Yahweh. Go ahead.
But what people told themselves, but when you say, seems like when I say certain words, and it's a tunnel, say it's like a tunnel or a manhole inside of that person. And when I say certain words, they'll lift that manhole cover off and jump in the hole.
That's more of a physical in a sense thing. I get the analogy, and it could even be valid, but that's more again to it.
I don't like it in this hole, because of the word that I chose. It seems like that they got a hole set for that word, so it's like say God, say DOG and not God, right? So I say DOG, and then they be like, yeah, and I say God, they be like, oh, like yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
I've heard you, Yahweh, before when you ask somebody, where's Russia? Okay. That's a story. The words are the story. The person can say, yeah, but I'm here. I said, yeah, I see the landmass. But where's the story of Russia? Yeah. So when people read a Bible or they say, I'm a Christian, I'm hearing a story. Now, they literally might say, listen, Badam, I'm in a physical form, and there's a whole bunch of us here that practice something. I said, yeah, but I'm hearing the story of the word that you're saying.
What you told yourself.
And if I don't say that to myself, or if I question that from myself, now I'm actually thinking, I'm questioning myself, but I'm with other people that don't question themselves. So for them, it's a belief system. And if you get enough people that are Muslims, go ahead.
How you know they don't question themselves?
I don't, but energetically I could pick it up. And that at that point, that's beyond knowing. You bypass knowing. You have discernment. You understand.
So some would say that's God, but you might not call it that.
Okay, it could be God. I get, yeah, you're talking to a person. If I look at this right now out my window and I see the clouds, I see trees, I see the sun and the moon. I know humans, they might have replanted the trees, but they didn't create the original tree. So I could use the word God, source. But something I've never met the creator, but I can see the stuff that I can speculate it created. I can call that God. Aliens, reptilians, the devil himself, whatever.
But it's only one tone, right? Like, it's only one tone, and you mix them up, you get all these different little effects and stuff.
I could speculate that the many different religions have many versions of gods, and I could turn around and say, well, how do we not know each of these things that were created were not created by different gods? That's speculation at that point.
Like
but I can't.
That's the manhole, right? That I feel like you got when you hear certain words, you jump in that manhole.
No, I'm not going into manhole. I'm jumping. I'm actually a bird.
I'm speaking in the bird.
I know. Manhole is like a rabbit hole. I don't try to go downwards. I try to go upwards.
I'm telling myself what I see, right? I'm telling myself that's what it's like when I hear the word God. Oh, like I got this manhole I jump in. I'm acting. I don't do that though, but I got this manhole when I hear Jesus Christ. Like, oh, like kind of like training a dog, right? Kind of like training the dog. Like you want your dog to say, oh, so you say Jesus Christ, and your dog say, oh. Magic. It look like magic to me. So you tell people what to think, I guess, until they wake up to it. Like how True Zone treat me. I'm telling him to treat me like that. I'm telling him to treat me that way. Until I guess they wake up to it. That you understand how to spell.
I get that at that point, Yahweh. And if me and you and TZ were hanging together in a garage and it was more of a private environment, I would say, yeah, go at it, guys. But when it's around other people, like a group of people, you both sound like idiots.
Yeah, your device sound like an idiot.
No, well, it may be true, but it'd be like two people that want to shoot each other around kids. No, do it privately. Go in the corner there. Do with it. If people want to pay to be entertained, that's fine.
But it's my device.
It is your device, but you know enough to. It's kind of like I know the object is there, and I'm going to use the language that I actually perceive from within. But I still have to acknowledge.
You really think you're talking to me?
No, I'm not. Okay, but I still do see the object that I'm talking through, even though it's me. I get that. There's a discernment in that, but I still have to respect the objective realm that I'm in. Because if not, then
I call my device Dom, Charles Woods, True Zone. I call my device all these different characters.
Yes, you said that, and I'm with you.
Yeah. So there's no one here. I'm talking to myself.
Yes, when you're in your room by yourself, you're talking to yourself. But if me and you were face to face, even though you're still talking to yourself, you're still around another object.
No, I wouldn't want to be face to. I step to the side. I wouldn't want to be face to.
Okay, side to side then. Okay, no problem. Or maybe on a chair from a distance with maybe beers in between us.
Okay, thanks.
But you'd realize that there's still the objective realm. This is why when I say I do see the sun and the moon, even though the word's not there, but I do see those objects. And I've never heard another human that say, well, we've created that sun. Well, no, you haven't. So therefore we can speculate that there's another source.
Well, some call it God or source.
Exactly. Call it God. Like I said, aliens, reptilians.
No wonder, man. I'm fucking muted.
Or are you muted, Charles? Go ahead, Charles.
God damn it. Yeah.
Okay,
I was
go
just saying peace to Paul and Nitz, not no. Can a dummy? I don't know. Can a dummy? Maybe. It's like a mixture of Canada and Canadummy in there, in the name. Peace to Alan Warren. I know you seen Bro Sanchez's presentation last night, Deanna Warren. That shit was fire. He did a very good job on his presentation anyway. I think everyone should watch it. Bro Sanchez is gifted when it comes to presentations. He has this gift where he knows how to piece things together, especially synchronism. He taught me a lot about synchronism because for some reason, my whole life, I just love pictures and breaking them down and symbolism. And
social experiment.
And I got to show this debate when Bro Sanchez debated the Hebrew Israelite. He did the dude wrong. You're like, I think the Hebrew Israelite went worst first, and then Bro went, and Bro, like the first couple lines, I think it was like the first line in round one, Bro fucking knocked him out already. I was like, dang, he did him wrong. Like the first line, he shut him down. I forgot what he said, but I'm gonna find that debate unless he took it down.
Bro Sanchez won the debate.
Yeah, I could get the link.
Was it recently, Charles? Was it a recent debate that Sanchez had?
Oh man, that was a while ago, but he was debating a Hebrew Israelite guy. I think he debated that same guy a couple times. But Bro Sanchez had such a good presentation last night. I think it was like 5 hours long. I think I was up to like 2 a.m. And that's one, I know Bro's good at what he does because it's very difficult to keep my attention. My attention deficit. If you're not speaking anything worth anything, I'm just gonna tune out the noise and just get into my mind and think. But Bro Sanchez has me stuck, like I'm fucking being hypnotized.
Brother Sanchez is a social experiment.
Bro Sanchez got a lot of haters, man. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying, like,
no, but
so many people hate on him. I would like to see some of these haters debate Bro Sanchez. I think
no, he ain't gonna let. If I'm a hater,
stand a chance.
He ain't gonna let me on there. Brother Sanchez blocked me a long time ago when I showed a picture of the sun with a face on it. He put me out. He shut the whole show down. That picture I showed you.
Like I just like Bro Sanchez's presentations and his synchronism and his music. He makes good beats too. And I don't really tune into live streams and listen to people argue and all that stuff. To me, that's just I don't know, annoying.
Yeah, well done.
Let me see if I could get the link, Paul and Nitz.
Yeah, well done, Charles. It's always good to take the information that kind of resonates with you. Like I've had conversations with Sanchez before, but they were interesting, But again, some people are suited to have that multi-ability where they can have debates, they can have live 10 people on the panel, and then there's other people like Sanchez, he could do it. He just gives presentation. What that person does with that information, that's on them. Regardless if it sounds like it's full of shit or not. Go ahead.
This is the picture I showed him right here on my avatar.
What is it about, Yahweh? What's the picture about?
This is a picture of the sun. And it got a face.
Okay.
It got a face in the sun, right?
Okay. Which it could be. No different. They've shown pictures of clouds having face on it.
Yeah,
Was there some sort of built up to knowing that there's a face in the sun?
yeah. That one is the only one that can see the sun. You can try to prove it to me.
Okay. Was that conveyed to Sanchez, or was it trying to prove a
Yeah,
point? Okay.
yeah. Saying the same
This
thing.
is
I've
the
been
link
saying.
right here, everyone.
Okay. Thanks, Charles.
This will take you to his live stream from last night, and
Thanks,
that's
Charles.
also his channel too.
I get it, bro.
I usually don't share stuff, my bro, because a lot of people be hating on him and stuff, which is fine.
Well,
But
some people don't see the unfairness of some people. Brother Sanchez is not fair, bro.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know that. That's why I never put myself in a position to allow
Some people support that, though.
him
Some
to treat
people,
me unfair.
yeah, some people support that kind of,
I
persona.
don't support the unfairness,
Not saying you,
but
not saying that. Yeah, the unfairness.
I
Yeah,
would never put
some people.
myself in a position to allow him to embarrass me or because I know how bro is, it's his channel. He could run it however he wants. But
Yeah,
I don't agree with some of the things he does, but I don't hate the guy. Like I
I
always
don't hate
say, I
people.
don't know him personally. I just know of his work,
I notice
and
people reject me, but they'll go and tell people what I say.
you used to go over there.
Say that again.
You used to go over there on his panel.
Yeah, before all this, before StreamYard, when they used to do Google Hangouts, I used to go over there.
The first time I found Sanchez was when I was supremely ignorant to flat Earth. I actually laughed at that shit. And then I started to look into it. Because my grandfather told me the Earth was flat one time when I was younger. And I was so ignorant and blind that I didn't even stop to think. My grandfather was in the Navy on battleships, and he used maps and all this stuff, coordinates and sending signals and all types of things. So anyway,
one way I know that I'm the only one thinking all is in me, because I can hear people's thoughts in audio, even though they don't say it out their mouth. In
like
audio,
Mind's Eye used to go there too.
exactly, came out of their mouth. But some people know they ain't gonna say
I
that.
forgot what he did to Mind's Eye, but he did Mind's Eye wrong too.
No, he's promoting his
I
channel.
was hoping Mind's Eye could have came up today.
You
Chopped it up. I think he's working.
Yeah, he did. He would pee like that.
Charles, when you have over 100,000 subscribers and you're making a living off of it, you're gonna have to cut some fat sometimes.
Making a living.
Yeah, and then at that point you might.
Cut the retarded people out. Cut the handicap out. Yeah.
Again,
if anyone would like to donate, I think I put my cash out there on my PayPal.
What Sanchez's channel sometimes shows that the noise is more important than some sort of build-up of growth. Most people will say things like, let's build. Okay, but what's the foundation? Not to take away from Sanchez. Think about, Christianity or Muslims or whatever. They're 1 billion strong. The Beast channel, for example, that's a big organization. I wouldn't be surprised Sanchez has at least 4 or 5 people working with them. Like I know Key North, I know him well. Same with Leonardo and all those guys. I know the gang, but the information, you take it for what it is. Go ahead.
I just want to say to Paul and Nitz, He's a pancake dude. I don't know what
Yeah.
that. Oh, okay, I get what you
Matter of
mean.
fact,
But yeah,
he had a
he destroyed
female on
Ptolemy
his channel.
Soter.
He had an
He was
android.
talking about Ptolemy Soter last night, and he talks about what's that other Constantine. He talks about
He had an
Rome.
android. He had a female that looked like an android on his panel, and they face
How
started melting.
Rome.
They face started melting on camera, and I said in the chat, I say that woman that I say her face melting, and they blocked me.
I guess, Charles, when I've heard people use points like, when they shoot a bullet from a rifle, it doesn't, it has to be straight, there's no curvature. The question, give me a second, Yahweh. The question would be, how does that serve you outside of the fact that you're shooting a gun a kilometer or two away or a couple miles away? See, the people like to be entertained. Now, I'm not saying what Sanchez shares. He talks about chakras
There's
and all
rail
that.
guns though that go very far. Rail
Yes.
guns go
Very true.
double-digit miles.
But how does it serve somebody to know whether or not they've been misled or told some true or whatever, that there's a curvature, not a curvature? The whole example of the flat earth or globe is kind of like the half glass, half full, half empty. Once you see that in everything. So they're giving me choices, right and wrong. They're saying it's a duality realm. How do I not know it's just one big realm? Now, a person said, well, Dominic, I don't know. So then how do you know that it's a flat earth globe? See, people get caught up in these got you moments, and at the same time, they're culting up with each other. That's no offense to Sanchez. Sanchez, he's just another character that's just telling stories.
The duality realm, see, people fail to know the duality was taken from the source. The source, they took the source and split it into two and said, oh, it's a duality realm.
Is it? Or is it just life with a
I
moment
never
of...
said it was.
No, you don't. But we're telling
that's made up the duality.
But even that, it could be a story, no different. Me telling you a story saying that you have life and there's a moment of a death, a transformation. That could still be a story. It's usually when people talk about it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4. These are stories. Same when we talk about chakras or talking about energy. These are stories. Now, if a person says, well, Dom, it's concrete, I said, well, now you're talking about reality now. You're talking about the physical. Now you're talking about the senses. So that's where you're conscious. But if you're going to start talking about the unknown, you're going to have to be ignorant to a certain point. And it doesn't matter if some channel has a billion fucking subscribers. It's still stories.
Yeah, everyone telling themselves. Yeah.
Yes. Talking about a character named Sanchez is like talking about a guy named Jesus or Muhammad. These are characters. Regardless if it's a green screen or he literally physically is behind that camera. It's still a story. And then, of course, some of the weapons they use there is based on genders, the color of their skin. So it's a store with many different stories, and they think it brings value, which it can. But once a person steps far enough away and says, listen, these stories have been told many times in many different ways. So how does it serve? Some people go to Sanchez because they want to be seen. I'm on chat where there's 1,000 people. Big accomplishment. He's got 100,000 subscribers. He won a debate. Did they play for keeps? What do you mean? Were they playing to the death? Well, not really. So how do you not know both of them are characters? And they're playing everybody like a fool.
What? It can be that too. But when you realize, I think when one realizes that they're the only one thinking, and whatever who is saying, it's you that have that knowledge of Sanchez. If the great presentation, it's you that have it already in you.
I'm with you. Yeah. So does it really matter if we use the word Sanchez, Yahweh, or Dominic? These are just words that we're using. But I'm with you. I'm the only one that's thinking, let alone feeling. But I'm using these apparatus that we call each other, as my muse. Then so I can put my love, my hate towards it. But what am I really saying about myself? That's the question that a person would have to go inwards. And then your subconscious is going to say, well, your patterns thinks that you're thinking you're outside. Not to say that you don't benefit, or at least your body doesn't benefit from those foods, from the animal, which is another form of food. You know, they're not put two and two together. So they're talking about a guy named Moses and Jesus and Socrates and Alexandra. But how would they deal with if we showed them a simple thing that humans in this age, here's a car. What the fuck is that? Here's Wi-Fi. What the fuck is that? Well, we're going to make up stories, like the stories I heard from you guys. And then there's a good chance guys like Jesus and Socrates, they never wrote anything because they understood the written work. It'll anchor you here. These are stories. We're just doing it online now. But hey, if a person likes what a guy named Sanchez is sharing, all the power out you. Now go out there, my fellow fucking Christians, and preach it to others.
But if you hear whatever you hear what people saying.
I'm with you, Yahweh, but that's way too much for most folks. And then they wonder why. But then again, I'm the gesture. Meanwhile, don't realize.
I was just sharing a link, and people just went way overboard with it.
Oh, thank you, Charles. I did go overboard, but I was just talking about the example because you can change the word Sanchez with anybody at that point. But I appreciate you saying because I do enjoy hearing Sanchez. I enjoy it. I enjoy hearing a bunch of people. But again, if we're going to play these characters, therefore, I'm okay by saying I'm the gesture. Are people aware that they're the gesture? Are they the fool? Are they the believer? Put the I am and then fill in the blanks. Well, Dom, I'm not that. So what, you're the I am not that now? These are stories that we tell each other. Now, at least that's what I'm saying. For other people, fill in the blanks. What do you think it is then? I'm an introvert. I would be speculating. I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. That's another speculation. And then if I keep thinking that I'm an introvert and look at some of the meanings, well, therefore I must be an introvert. Why? Because they fill in the blanks for me. I'm a Virgo. I'm a wood dragon. These are nice stories I give myself on a regular basis. Charles, do you used to listen to Mark Passio by any chance?
How come everything sounds low?
Okay. Maybe I'm low, Charles. Give me a second.
Oh. Who?
Mark Passio.
Mark Passio?
No, Passio. Passio. Mark Passio.
No. Who is that?
Okay. Just a character that used to talk about a lot of. He said he used to belong to like what you call it? The guy from
to keep up with the links you share. You some pretty good stuff sometimes.
That's more modern, newer stuff. But He used to be around years ago. Well, he still is around. He used to talk about, what the satanic people used to, practice or whatever. But he used to talk about a lot of stuff that, like, say, Sanchez talks about. A lot of people that learn about theosophy. A lot of this stuff has been there, and we're just regurgitating it over and over again. But again, what I was going with that is he had somewhat of a following, and then eventually some of them turned on him, because that's what people do. They'll put you on a pedestal one moment, and then they'll put you on a cross in the next moment. So it tells me that they're following more the teacher than the teachings. It's like when people used to follow Osho or Muji right now. There's a lot of people that Muji and even Osho, they probably had things, whether or not it was coming from their mouth or literally came from their mouth, but somebody might have actually gave them that information. But what ends up happening is a lot of people will look at the teacher and they want to follow the teacher, not the teachings. So you really can't blame the teacher at that point. But you can turn to the masses and say, well, then why are you too busy trying to give a knee to these characters, let alone try to topple them off of some pedestal? Last time I remember, it's about information. Information. And some people forget that. That's why they have to listen to things outside. I always find it interesting when we use name droppings. It's like bird droppings.
Life sucks.
Does it? Does it, Charles?
For me, it does right now.
Okay, good enough. Fair enough. Oh, you're probably going through some testing times right now, Charles. If not for a while.
What was that?
You're probably going through a lot of testing times, and probably for a while.
Yeah, that's how my whole life's been.
Well, then it's been a lifespan so far.
I don't know why I was chose for this shit. I mean, maybe because I'm strong enough to handle it, but it does get old.
Well, going through the fire doesn't necessarily mean you do it willingly. You might have to go through a lot of shit, and maybe it'll make you a better human being, I guess, if that's important for people. You're the only one that's really going to make sense of it, bring value to it. What we can do is hear you, Charles, and I can relate in some areas. Other areas, like, hear you. It's always luring for somebody to say, "Listen, I can govern over you. I can save you." It's a tempting lure, but it's not what it is. It's a lure. It's like when the doctor says, "I saved somebody." No, you patched them up to get back out there. That person still's got to live within life. What are you up to, Charles, right now? Are you feeding the cat, doing some home projects, like cleaning?
No, just sitting here thinking of ways I could come up with some money.
Oh, okay. It's that time of month again, Charles, unfortunately?
And then a few other problems that I got to solve. A few things happened in my life, but I just haven't really spoke about it because it don't matter.
Well, it matters to you, it sounds like. But it does need to be spoken, it sounds like. Yeah.
My promise that I lived up to has been complete. So now, what do I want to do with my life? I'm free to do what I want now. My mission has been completed.
You can make other obligations if that's important to you.
I lived up to my promise. My job's complete.
Well, at that point, you're showing that you're an honorable person. You honored your commitments, whether you liked it or not. You honor taking care of your little kitty cat.
Now I got to figure out what am I going to do? Am I going to stay in Connecticut? Am I going to fucking... I would like to travel, but that costs tons of money.
Well, you could do it on a low budget, but it probably still costs money, Charles. I say that from my own personal experience.
Everything's about fucking money.
Well, that's where we're at. Unfortunately, Charles, it's once people become aware of it and they realize they're in it, then they realize you can complain about it, but either you're going to do something about it or you're going to be. So It sounds like you want to be somewhere else, Charles. Literally, the word being. Obviously, you're going to have to do something when you're being. I had a brother-in-law. I just had an hour conversation a couple days ago.
I don't think I could afford to stay here, man. It's just way too much.
Well, that might be the motivating factor to get you out of there, Charles.
Not by myself, I can't do it. Yeah. I could. I mean, not say I can't, but...
Would that be a bigger struggle for you?
It'd be a bigger headache.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then it's a headache then. Yeah. Sometimes when one door closes or it becomes too expensive, it opens another door, but it will test whether or not you're strong enough to make that change. And I know that from my own personal experience. Habits are very strong, so if you could afford to stay there, you probably would, and then you would be forming habits. If you can't afford there, then you might have to challenge those habits and say, listen, maybe this could be a blessing in disguise. Not to say that it's still not going to be discomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable because we get caught up in our comforts. Like I have an aging cat now. She's 20 years old. When she's no longer with us, I hope she stays as long as she wants. But after that, me and my wife, her daughter lives with us. She could stay here. We could take off. We're planning already, maybe going to Italy next year. But if my cat wants to stay for a couple more years, I'm here. I remember my dad saying that to me and to my mom years ago. He used to go to Italy every year and then travel, meet his brother and all that. And then when his dog was 18 years old and Chico was sick, my dad says, no, as long as he's still alive, he's aging, he's sick right now, I'm going to stay home. So it sounds like you committed yourself, Charles, with your roommate and everything. And if he does move on, yeah. It served you too, obviously, Charles. But at the same time,
my roommate passed away.
Did he?
6 days ago.
Oh, did he pass away, Charles? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Charles. I thought he was still in a tough situation. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that for you, Charles. Are you okay with it, or at least trying to come to peace with it?
It's life.
Can you rent a room to somebody? Are you in a position, or do you want to rent a room?
I want to keep my apartment, but I could keep it. It's just gonna cost every fucking dollar I have, you know.
But you have an extra
To
room that you
where
can.
I'm not gonna have no fucking money for myself. It's gonna all go to bills.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of people are living that way, Charles, when the ends barely meet.
I might have to get another job and
Mm.
ditch and fucking stop YouTube and just fucking work every hour of every second.
Well, I
Just
would
to
respect you,
fucking
Charles.
survive.
I would respect you, Charles, because if you're not really earning money on YouTube, Charles, to pay your bills, then then it becomes a hobby. I appreciate that you do it, Charles, but I'd be the first one to encourage you, Charles. Get your life in order. Don't worry about YouTube. It'll still be there. But I did ask you, Charles, if and you don't have to share, but are you in a position that you have an extra room that you could rent?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Because that would help you at least, as long as you find somebody that you can trust, Might even be a person that you can enjoy having company with. Obviously, you probably enjoyed your roommate's company. It's about taking care of Charles first.
This shit happened so fast, I didn't even have time to fucking prepare, man. But I'm used to my life turning out like that. So I just roll with the punches.
Well, there's a term, Charles, whether you want to play with it or not. Fake it till you make it. So if you know your patterns, your habits, then you try to practice a different habit. Doesn't have to be big, and you might even fall by the wayside. I remember my buddies, some of them, they would say, "Dom, I quit smoking for 3 days or 4 days, but I went back to smoking." I said, "Well, there's 3 or 4 days that you formed a different habit. Good for you." You praise that moving target, not just because they fall back again. It's already a given. Most people, we have habits that are engraved. It's when you start forming different ones. Even though, Charles, what I just said, it's easy to say it. To do it is a different beast. But if you keep saying it to yourself, eventually you might embody it and you'll see those small changes, if that's important. I say it metaphorically, Charles, for myself. The gate's always open. I've actually done Let's Leave majority of civilization, and I found myself, I was yearning to come back because I realized the habits that I've formed. I like my comforts. I like socializing with people. If I was living in a tribe and all that, I would still have to remember, yeah, but I had my drones. I can't use them anymore. Why? Because there's no plugs here. So I would have to give up a lot of things that gives me, whether it's a temporary enjoyment while I'm existing here. Like when I recently got sick, Charles, if you're there, I made a conscious effort to say, that's it. I'll use this sickness to give up coffee. So it's been 3.5 weeks without coffee. So that's a bonus. But I've replaced it with something I've always known that's healthy for me, but I just never formed that practice. Have teas with honey. And I'm at 61 years old, even though I knew this when I was like in my 20s. So it's habits, good or bad, whatever habit. A person could have a habit of I'm making millions of dollars. That could actually end up being a harmful habit. I'm spending way too much time chasing money. $1 million's not enough now. I need 2 million. Even though for the average person to say 2 million, I could live with 2 million. But for some people, it's like drinking. Some people say I can drink 1 beer, go without it for a couple of days. Other people say, fuck, I need another beer after I finish the other one. You could say the same thing with foods. It probably doesn't solve or aid you in your situation, Charles, but it just, gives you a point to realize, we can be hard on ourselves, but how hard do we want to be hard on ourselves? Or then we start projecting, life sucks. Last time I remember, life is a beautiful thing. We exist in it, but a lot of the things that we do in it it does suck. You know, I didn't like shaving for the longest of time, so I went without shaving. But same with eating. When I stopped eating for a while, when I fast, I didn't have to eat for a while. Didn't have to go take a shit. But I realized habits are going to be formed. I can use justification, but my body needs the food. I said, yes, but whoever I am, I find those patterns over and over again. It's like going to work. I think we talked about it yesterday. Going to work is fun to go to work, but you have to do it over and over again. Thinking about being a farmer. Every year you got to farm over and over again, and then you have those bad years. You get a major storm or whatever. Next thing you lose all your crops. Now I'm behind the 8 ball. That's nature. You know, people that want to build all their homes near a side of a mountain where it's it's a volcano that's not active, but all of a sudden it becomes active. We like the heat from the ground, but all of a sudden now it's active. Our city just got destroyed, or our town anyway. My dad used to preach that, Charles. I don't know where he got it from, but it resonated with me. Son, you got to take the sweet with the sour. You know, some things might be sweeter more than sour, but you got to accept them both when they present themselves. Because if not, how can you truly appreciate the sweet parts of life if you can't appreciate the sour parts of life? It's like winning and losing. You have to be a good loser as much as to be a good winner. But what a lot of people do is they take it for granted being a winner. So what are they going to do with being a losing? They're going to try to ignore it. Again, this is me just talking, yapping out loud.
Sometimes I get tired and I just want to die.
Huh. I'm with you, Charles. I have those moments, you know. And there's other times you just want to go quiet, and other times, like, you know, this might be a blessing in disguise, Charles. Maybe because you didn't have that option. Having a change of scenery could be literally the dying part that you're looking for. I want to die from this environment and move somewhere else. Now, if you're talking about a different kind of dying, I hope you're strong enough to realize to weigh out the pros and cons to that decision if you ever decide to go on that route. I had a cousin, Eric, 4 years ago. He turned 50. He went that route.
Yeah, people are tired, man.
Yeah. Sometimes it's tiring in a sense of fighting. Some of it's tiring because they're always chasing their tails. You know, I get it, Charles, talking about the government, but eventually, I even heard out of your voice, it gets tiring to talk about fighting the government.
It does.
You know, fighting about religion. It's exhausting because the system is going to exist with or without us. And it's not because the few that are managing it, it's the masses that keep it alive. And who am I to judge them and say, listen, you guys shouldn't go to the Vatican anymore. You shouldn't represent democracy anymore or communism. Once you're self-centered, you realize I'm in the system. I'll do the best I can. And with whatever capability I have. Because a lot of those folks in those kind of groups, they're working together. Hence why they use the word, keep my enemies closer. Because self-absorbed people are enemies to each other. And the only reason why they keep together is because they get financial gain from it, or they get fame from it. If that's all they want, that's what they get. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, just it's all they want. That's what they lack. And if most people were honest, they would settle for those things. I want riches and fame. It's the unicorn ones that say, you know, something. I want to work with nature. There you go. Good for you. I just want to be a handyman. Okay, good for you. Sounds like, Charles, you've had many jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife's had over 250 jobs in her life.
I don't think there's anything I haven't done for work, pretty much.
Yeah. And you probably enjoyed some of them.
Well, I did some mechanic work.
Mm-hmm.
But I only, like, I learned how to do my own brakes and how to change oil because I was too cheap to fucking go pay a mechanic.
Why would you? That's a great craft. Good for you, Charles. I learned to change my own oil. My buddy taught me how to do it. Good for you. Sorry, Charles.
I've done roofing, sheetrock, painting, carpentry, basic electrical and plumbing, HVAC. Oh man, I framed roofs. Fucking, I remember we built a roof. It was just a cement foundation with the walls, and walking on those trusses, I'll never forget. It's like 4 stories up, and the guy I worked with was fat. He was like fucking 380 pounds, and this dude's walking on the trusses of the roof. And things were bending about to snap. He's like, "Stop being a bitch, Chuck. Just walk out here." This dude's running on the trusses. He's like a big fucking. This is a long time ago. This is a fucking over 20 years ago. But it was awesome to complete the roof. You know, like when the cranes swing the trusses and you got to put them in place. I was standing on like cinder blocks. Like, all it would take is a strong gust of wind, and you misstep, you're gonna fall 5 stories. But when it comes to making money, you can't be scared of heights, and I'm scared of heights. But I didn't let that stop me from making money. I was like talking to myself, going up the ladder. Stop being a bitch.
Common theme with a lot of roofers is weed and roofing. And some of them are the most acrobatic tradespeople I've ever seen. You know, now they have a lot of safety in place. You got to have your harness on, you got to tie off or whatever. But back in the day, like probably when you worked, Charles, my buddy Tom did the same thing. There was a lot of shit that they did. It's like bricklayers.
I had to come up with some fucking dough to fucking get a few things from the store, and all my options are fucking exonerated.
I know we joke and talk about the government. Is there any services that they can offer you, Charles, if you get to that point?
Nope.
No. Okay.
You got to be pretty much not working and a bum in the street.
Well, you have the internet, obviously, because you're here. Can you, if you choose to go that route, do you feel confident to advertise like on places like Marketplace for a room or whatever?
Yeah, I'm thinking I know some people that need somewhere to live, but I don't want no one that's doing fucking drugs, you know.
Oh, then don't rent it to them, Charles. At that point, you're just looking for trouble. Now, if you're going to help them out, give them a room for one night. That's an honorable thing. But you probably want somebody, Charles, that's going to help you maintain the bills. You know what I mean? You don't want to know that. Hey, I'm sorry, Charles. I'm short money again. Well, I'm back to square one now. You know. Or you don't want to rent a place to somebody that's down on their luck, and then you go to work and you come back and all your stuff is gone.
I'll kill them.
Well, you kill them, and then you have room.
Chop your fucking arms off.
Yeah, so at that point, Charles, if you decide to rent a room to whoever, Charles, make sure that it's somebody that you can trust. You get a good sense from them, because you know you're probably still going to have to go to work, right?
Of course.
And you wouldn't want to know when you come
The
back.
rent
Hey,
is $2,000. The rent is $2,000. It ain't counting electricity, gas, phone bill.
That's American, Charles.
Food.
That's American. 2,000. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Charles.
It was 990, and when they sold the fucking building, all they
increased
did
all
was
the.
paint the hallway, change some fucking doorknobs, and doubled our rent.
So the guy that sold it, did they sell it to one of the family members? So it looked like it was sold to another person?
I don't know, but
No.
that's what a lot of people do. The Spanish people and the Indian people, they lose the store, they get caught buying food stamps. They'll just say, "Hey, cuzzo, I need you to put this in your name."
In America,
And
do they?
I've known fucking. I remember there was this Puerto Rican guy who did that, and yeah, he kept getting busted, and he would just keep fucking switching it to another family member's name.
In America, do they give you for if you have low income deals on hydro?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I don't know. These are the options, Charles. Like $2,000, Charles. Holy smokes, that's a lot of rent to pay in a month. Like I know unfortunately that's the ongoing cost throughout the world, and they've done that again purposely. You know, and that's what is it? A 2-bedroom apartment or
That's
3?
why there's so many homeless people because of
Oh,
this.
for sure, Charles. Oh yeah, like, and here in Canada, there's a lot of places. A lot of these are big players. They have a lot of vacancy, and they do that on purpose because they're trying to push the government to allow them to increase the rent more than the 2% a year. They'll build new buildings and have free range on what they can charge, but the old ones, they purposely keep them vacant to put pressure on the government to say, listen, unless you give us permission to go from 13 or 1400 up to 2500, we're going to keep them. We're going to keep them vacant, and then we're going to claim losses. But is yours 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, Charles?
2.
2-bedroom, yeah. So you can only rent one room. Okay. Yeah. This is again one of those depopulation agendas that they have, increasing mortgages, taxes, rental. You know, because really shelter should be a staple, but unfortunately it isn't. You know, it's insanity, Charles.
Sure is.
How much do they charge rent for a 1-bedroom apartment, Charles? This way you know how much you could charge for one of your rooms, I guess. $1,000, $1,200. Well, it'd be good for you to know because you know people out there can't afford a 2-bedroom. They say, listen, I can't even afford a 1-bedroom, and if it's 1,200, if you charge 1,000, you know, what I mean, I know you're working with the system at that point. You're not here to fight the system, you know. And then you just be sharing, you know. Because that'll help you, Charles. Because if not, you're going to fall behind the 8 ball in a short period of time.
Yeah.
You know, unless you move. You know, do you have a lot of stuff that you would have to store or get rid of if you wanted to move to another state that maybe rent's a little bit more feasible?
I don't got too much stuff, but I'm about to start getting rid of a lot of shit.
Your roommate stuff, outside of sentimental reasons, can you list it? Do you need it?
It's all junk.
Okay, well then at that point you're just probably getting rid of it.
Like that, but
yeah.
I'm not keeping it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's why I said if it's not sentimental, or you made a promise that you would give it to somebody, it just makes you realize how quickly when a person passes away. Like I remember with my dad, my mom wasn't ready for it. I said, but my dad's all the his work area. I said, Mom, can I start dispersing all of that? He goes, yeah, go ahead, son. So I gave some of the tools to some of my buddies, sold some stuff to other people, like somebody wanted a snowblower. It just makes you realize all the stuff that we gather. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do with it? You know, like I have those cards, like I said, Charles. If I don't wish that upon me, but if I passed away tomorrow, what would my wife Judith do with it? You know what I mean? Same with my drones. and other stuff that I have. Yeah. Sorry, Charles. I don't know enough about where you live to know what the rent would be there, but obviously you would, even though you're telling me how much you pay. Has food gone up a lot where you are too, Charles?
Yeah, nothing has gone down.
Okay, that's unfortunate. It's a given. And you don't have a car, right?
No.
Okay, so that would be another expense. That would be another $8,000 or $9,000 a year.
I'm glad I
Depending-
don't got a car.
Yeah, it's
Most
expensive.
people with cars are out of shape, fat, and health is going down the shitter.
Oh, yeah, that's one of that's one of the disadvantages of having a car. But the other disadvantage, besides using it for work, it costs money. A car to maintain a car, easily $8,000 or $9,000 a year once you factor in gas, insurance, maintenance. You know, it's expensive to live nowadays, Charles. More expensive than it was back in the day.
Yeah, all I do is try. I put my link up there. If people help out, they help out. If they don't, I ain't begging nobody for shit.
There's a chance, Charles, obviously. YouTube can help some people, a majority of the channels, pay for some odds and ends. The ones that become big, they can make a living off of it. But at that point, you're probably at about 50 to 100,000 subscribers. You probably have monetized it where you're promoting things like, cameras or other kind of devices. You got commercials on there. It's a business.
God damn, it's fucking sleeting out here, raining.
Oh, it was sleeting over here the other day. Be careful when you're out there, Charles.
About to go to the store and heist some stuff. The heist of the century. God damn, it's slippery out. This sucks.
So be careful out there. Watch your footing.
Man, this is terrible. Man, it's all quiet.
And she could leave. When I tell sick, I'm not getting you, sick could leave or resist the devil, he'll flee from you. Resist sick and it'll flee from you. But I know people think I'm talking crazy. But that's how I not get sick, by telling sick I'm not getting you. Cause sick. I don't think people realize it. Oh, I unmuted by mistake. Hold on, y'all.
It's hilarious to me. Nowadays, men wear these pants tight like a bitch. They dress like they're fucking broad. Some of these men wear pants so tight, they couldn't even bend down to pick up something if they dropped it. They wear pants so tight, it struggles for them to take a step forward.
Know the character George Washington got on? It was always funny. You know, people was free at one time, but then they came under slaves to be, and they became captivated by the ways of the world. It started to pass away. If the system is nice, the system nice, it wouldn't do us like that. It won't. But that's what it look like the people doing. Like, it's nice to us. The system not doing us how we don't want to be done. Like, think you ain't supposed to pass away.
Damn, I forgot my fucking headphones.
People inject venom in you, the cycle of life and sleep. And
You could talk about whatever you want, Yahweh.
yeah, I'm the only
I
one
just mean
thinking.
like
I don't want to make that up. I don't want to make that up for myself. Can't nobody tell me what going to sleep is. I made it up. Like they like, get ready to go in the casket. Get ready to get you some life insurance. And you need to get ready and get these things. And I'm like, no, man, I'm not. I don't know what I don't know what I'm telling myself. I'm the only one thinking. Magic. I gotta take. Dang, man, I got concentrate about it. But everyone goes in the casket. Man, I don't know what's going on. I think you ain't supposed to do that. I don't think so either. Who to say, like, who are these folks telling you what you is? Like, you're a human. Like, who are these people? Whatever I am, I'm already there. They found a way to say it to me. You're human. Like they found a way to say it to me, or say it to myself. You're here. I'm already here. They say you're here. I am the truth. They say you are the truth. I know one thing. I know I need to get these two pulled. That's about it. They say, well, how can we use what you saying? But you tell sick you not getting it. Stop telling sick you getting sick. But I know people might not get it. Like, I know because that's what I do. That's how I know. Stop telling sick you getting it. What you talking about? Yeah, I love you the whole shit. It's like you starting a fight with sick. Like you telling your dog you gonna get him for chewing your couch up. Or you telling sick you gonna get it. I'm going in. And then I can guarantee, like say you call in sick and you're not sick. I can guarantee you probably felt sick every time you did that, if you did it.
Yeah, I did. I just ain't feel like coming to work.
Yeah, you might have told them you was getting sick and you got it. Yeah.
I'm almost done.
Yeah. Stop telling sick you getting it and all of the above.
Yeah, stop wishing shit on me.
People casting fortunes on you, right? To me, you know you ain't gonna have no friends, or something like that. Casting fortunes on you, like knowing your future and stuff.
Yeah, you better stop calling out. You gonna lose your job.
Yeah, you coming out here with no coat on, you gonna get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah. It's a culture. It's a code. It is. To me. And it's like the coat, like you gonna get penalized because you ain't got no coat on. Like you gonna get sick.
Yeah, like a motherfucker had me when I told you niggas gave me a uniform, right?
Yeah.
Damn. It's fucking quiet.
I'm on the phone, Charles.
Uh-oh.
I ain't know if the brother wanted his information on live.
It's all right. Mostly everyone left anyway.
Yeah. So who could teach you how to have a teacher? You're the only one who...
I'm my own teacher.
Yeah, the only one thinking.
I don't mind listening to people, but for the most part, my teacher is my higher self. That's about it.
Yeah. The only one thing. That's what I call it. Yeah.
I got you. It kind of makes sense.
You the only one.
You're the only one who died by yourself.
That's why I wouldn't claim it. Because there ain't nowhere else to put information that ain't the only one. The whole world was built for you. All music is made for your ears or my ears. All music is made for you personally. All restaurants make food for your tongue personally. They got to see you thinking already. I think that's what I had to say. I'm the only one thinking.
And then I'll tell my mom, I'm the only one walking to work.
Yeah, the whole time. The whole time.
The whole fucking time.
I'm the only one paying bills.
Hey.
Thinking everyone else paying bills. I made it up.
Oh, Lord.
They be like, yeah, we're paying bills, Wayne. Kind of like they support me tricking myself. Yeah, we're paying bills too, Wayne. It's like a cult. Like the world is a culture.
And then we tell these females that I can't tell my mom that or my sister. They don't look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
They don't look at me like, yo, it's nuts.
Because the female gonna go to the man or governmental, and it's gonna go to the one for her children to survive in this environment. The best way for her children to survive is where she gonna go.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So the government is her husband, but it's not her husband.
Hey. I'm thinking about food. What, you know what I'm thinking about right now?
What's that?
What I'm eating when I get out of the dentist place.
Yeah.
Like soup and shit, small shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Like when I passed away as a child and I still live, the doctor say to my pops, he was like, he told them that I got a strong constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I don't believe in that sleep, that casket stuff, man. I just don't. I'm the only one.
Like my family members, they don't understand. I don't think.
So everything has to come through my senses or me. Period.
Yeah, I can't talk much because it's pouring out. I'm just trying to get home.
They talk about, we trying to help you.
Yeah.
I'll be like, help me.
Help
I'm trying to
got,
help myself.
yeah, help got hell in it. So I was like, damn, maybe they is helping me.
I'm trying to help myself. I'm the only one who feel the pain.
Helping. Help. Like help. Like maybe they is helping me. pinging like a computer. Hell ping.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? I'm telling myself what this stuff's saying. But I'm very well getting the help I asked for. They hell pinging me. And I'm like, but this not help. And they like, yeah, we are helping you. They like, yeah, we helping you. Yeah.
Yeah, we trying to help you.
Yeah.
Help me.
You're like, you trying to put me in hell?
It's like you get a cut on your hands, right?
Which is safe. Put you in the safe. Yeah.
You get a cut on your hands. Don't it heal itself?
Yeah.
The scab and all that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
The shit help. Yeah, and then your wounds are healed after about a month, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Because I had got cut before. And all of a sudden, it's healed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's you. That's your body.
Or your spirit.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's connected.
Whatever it is, yeah. It's connected.
It's connected. That shit heals you up. Hey.
Yeah.
They gonna I gotta start thinking like
thinking you comprehend people. Yeah, I get it. Stop understanding people. Yeah.
I just cut my hand the other day and it healed up in 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ain't no use in arguing with them or debating.
Nah, you need medication. Put medication on. Stitch it up.
No, I mean,
they talking about stitch it up. No, you can stitch your own self up. Your blood.
Yeah, your doctor need to put his finger in there. And I'm like, hey, what? What is y'all talking about?
Yeah. I'm gonna stop listening to motherfuckers. I'm looking at them like they stupid.
That's foolishness, man.
Come on, man.
The doctor the only one got a legal right, I guess, to put his finger in there.
I understand you're trying to help me.
Lord knows, bruh.
And then my mom, she gonna get mad at me. She said, your sister trying to help you. I'm not gonna understand. But in actuality, I'm helping myself because I gotta keep moving on with it.
What is help? See, because it got hell in it, I can't help but to see it, bro. It's like, maybe help is hell. Maybe,
we love you.
Maybe, yeah.
We love you, man. I ain't the villain, though. Don't make it look like I'm the villain.
One more important than they know.
Don't make it look like I'm the villain, bro. Hey,
well, when you're not with the culture, we gonna look like that. When you're not in the cult,
don't make it look like I'm the villain. Hey, your sister trying to help you.
Trying to say we shouldn't.
No, like this. Oh, she's trying to guide me. I'd rather for you to say guide me instead of help you. Because I can't put nobody's life in my hand.
Well, that is guiding, though. That's like a guide. If you stick to the guide, you don't go outside the boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just guide. I mean, guide is a certain direction.
Yeah, which is help.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like if you go outside of the help, then it's like it's not help or guidance.
Yeah, they tell you don't go that way, go this way.
Yeah, the culture. Like telling them I think we ain't supposed to be paying to live and God gave us the earth. That don't make sense in the culture.
No, I told a nigga that shit yesterday on the job. I said, she's supposed to be free. He said, for free.
Yeah, that sounds crazy to them.
Yeah.
The culture.
He said, all this shit supposed to be for free, bro. I might sound crazy though.
Yeah, you're going against the culture. Yeah, the culture say no, you pay to live in what God gave you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the foolishness.
Like, what the fuck you on, bro? You gotta pay bills, electric bills.
Yeah, you know the Bible say a man don't work, he don't eat. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Like who gave them the authority what work is? I think if your mouth ain't moving, you ain't working to eat it.
Yeah, I can ask them, I can tell them where electricity, y'all probably don't know where electricity come from.
Yeah.
And y'all paying for it.
You paying for yourself. Like going to a movie theater, you pay to use your eyes.
That's crazy.
And your rump. You pay to use your rump to sit down, and you pay to use your eyes and ears to watch the movie. You pay to use your senses. This is foolishness. It is.
And then I come in the house yesterday. My mom talking about, the water off. The water off?
You pay to get wet. Like you pay to get your tongue wet. This stuff don't make sense to me, bro. Like,
it don't, man.
It don't.
I said the water off. Damn, man. That shit got me mad as motherfuckers.
Paying to use your senses.
Talking about the water off.
The new world being came upon the people.
They cut the water off.
The new world being came upon the people by them paying to use their senses.
Yeah, who cut the water off?
Like you can't sense the water is on. Like you can't sense it.
I'm trying to go and say, who cut the water off, man?
Yeah,
all this water.
I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah. Like, yo, what the fuck y'all doing? Oh, rationing out shit?
Well,
You know what I'm
when you think you comprehend, I think that's where it comes. Like when you start making agreements and understanding, then you start getting what you ask for.
Yeah, man.
Only one thinking, Wayne.
Yeah, man. Shit crazy, man. Yeah, but
Well, only one thinking, you agreed that you was gonna pay us. Like only one thinking.
yeah.
The whole world built on your head. Personally. They call it Atlas. Where you got the whole world on the shoulder. So the whole world built on my mind. Because that's the only place to be.
Yeah, when the lights get cut off, it's a blackout. Everybody's lights get cut off. Who control that? What the fuck is going on?
Magic. Like the original one disappeared and the educated one appeared.
Talking about everybody's lights cut off.
Cain and Abel. Adam and Eve. Esau and Jacob. Goliath and David. Same thing to me.
Crazy shit, bro.
Nebuchadnezzar and Daniel. Bathsheba. I forgot the name. But yeah, it's all the same story. That the only one going through. The one like he was showing a picture of the character in the middle of a circle with a lot of characters. He called the 12 months. So the son, who the only one going through all the zodiac signs, personally, like literally. And the people of that month, like the people of October, that's a tribe. Like you go through the tribe of October. The only one. Which is the sun. Personally, like the sun follow me everywhere I go. So I go through all they call 12 months for the zodiac. I travel through all of them because the sun follow me everywhere I go. They call it Hercules, Perseus, the son of Zeus, Jesus Christ, Ra.
Yeah, man. Yo, I'm gonna hit you up. I brush my teeth.
Oh shoot, my battery went.
All right. Jump off here, I guess. Fuck it. Hope you guys enjoy these lives, cause there ain't gonna be too many more. But I'm out, man. Fuck this shit.